What is going on, Foodie Gang? What is going on? You are tuned in to Kitchen Talk with Chef Big Bang. I'm sorry I'm late. I be feeling like it be taking me forever and a day to get here. And you know when I get here, I'm gonna have one of these threads sticking up. But hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Keep the stove warm by sending the super chat, Venmo, PayPal, or you can just hit the like button and leave a comment down below or in the chat. Join my group on Facebook, Foodie Gang fan page, and share with me what you are cooking for dinner. And let's keep in touch. I want to see what you guys are eating as well. Follow me on my social media platforms, listed down below. And we also do have merch on Gear Bubble. I'm working on getting that merch on YouTube. I got a lot going on, y'all. I got a lot going on. So shout out to everybody that's here. And then shout out to Drip for coming in here first. Thank you guys so much. I'm gonna show you guys a picture of what we cooked on Sunday. Then we're gonna go over the disclaimer and we're gonna get right into the content just because we have a lot to discuss. And this is tea time at 907 Goodies. We got our mug right here. Let me not break the computer in front of y'all. We got our mug right here, and then I have my tea back here. Lemon ginger tea, and then we got our tea station like set up over there. So, yes, let me show you guys what I cooked on Sunday. Okay, so I took off Monday. We are back to content. I'm gonna try to get here every day to do a live stream. Wednesday, I'm dropping some pre-recorded videos. I also do make children's content at Ava's Playtime on YouTube. So your girl's doing a lot. Okay, but this weekend, I normally do a lot of my live streams on the weekend, but Ava has a really big gymnastics competition coming up this weekend. So I'm gonna take off Saturday and Sunday. We're gonna do the Saturday breakfast on Friday. That is the plan. That is the plan. Yes, really big competition for gymnastics coming up. She has two more competition or this meet and then it's gonna be the state championship and y'all, I'm gonna be the loudest parent in there. But let me show you guys what we cooked on Sunday. And it was so weird. Like Sunday, I kind of felt like I was coming down with a cold. So I was like, let me just cook this meal. Let me take some time off. And but the meal was super, super good. Okay, so here we go. Make sure. Let me make that a little bit bigger for y'all. Okay, so this is my YouTube channel. This is the post tab, like also known as the community tab. So there's my posts, and for my members, there's the membership tab. So this is what we made. It was so good. Super, super good. So we have, can I move me? Okay. We have teriyaki chicken skewers. Thank you so much, Drew. Thank you so much. Teriyaki chicken skewers, bacon wrapped chicken skewers. We got steak over here, fried rice, vegetables, and homemade teriyaki sauce. I have finally updated all the recipes from this weekend. So the chicken and waffles recipe is up there. All of these recipes for everything that was made here is there. Y'all, your girl has been running behind, but I'm telling you, I was not feeling well. And when you don't feel well, you don't want to do nothing. So this is what we cooked, and we did a little photo shoot. So there's the the poster. There's me. That's me though. And this is the thumbnail, season 3, episode 164. So if you go to season 3, episode 164, you'll be able to find all of these recipes. This is the food before anything was done to it. This is how it looked. So just to see like how it was in the beginning to then what we turned it into is pretty cool in my mind. I think it's pretty amazing. But we did that, y'all. The food was really good. I made plates for my family. Just because I started cooking so late, because I wasn't feeling good and I was just going slow. But I made plates for my family. They all got the plates. They loved it. Everything worked out. My favorite thing here, I think it would be that steak when the teriyaki sauce was so good. So good. Yeah, so every Sunday we do I try to do a Sunday family dinner or a Sunday dinner. And this Sunday we're not gonna have one just because I have the competition on Saturday. And this competition is different because they're making me volunteer. I don't like to volunteer for stuff because I know I'll be doing a lot of stuff. But they said, yo, remember that handbook that you signed? Remember the rules? You gotta volunteer. I was like, dang. So I know this weekend I'm not gonna be feeling like doing nothing. So we just not even gonna film this weekend. We're not even gonna plan to film. It's okay though, it's okay. So time for tea. Okay, so we are gonna be talking about the truth about Angie Stone, little baby gets arrested, and Birdman goes to sleep on stage. Yes, y'all. I got the video of him for us, and then I slowed it down. So we gonna be able to take a deep dive into whether he was sleeping. And there's a video that I didn't get, but I'm gonna tell y'all about it when we get to the Birdman section. So a lot of times when I do these tea time or foodie gang investigative team where I'm like researching subjects, there are videos that I will see, but I'm not able to get because they may have music or, it just depends. They may have music in them. Sometimes the content creator doesn't make it where you can share it. So I'm not always able to show y'all every video, but I'll be watching them. And y'all make sure y'all go check out the Drip Kings YouTube channel. Feel free to drop that link. So, yes, okay. But before we get into the truth about Angie Stone, little baby gets arrested and Birdman goes to sleep, we are going to have to read the disclaimer just because of the content today. It's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot. So here we go. Is a room. Welcome to 907 Good Eats Kitchen Talk with Chef Big Bank. Please note that the information provided on our channel, including commentary and discussions, is for informational, educational, and entertainment purposes only. Comments and opinions expressed are those of the individuals and not those of 907 Good Eats. While we strive to provide to provide accurate and up-to-date information, we cannot guarantee its completeness, reliability, or accuracy. The use of the information provided on this channel is strictly at your own risk. We do not claim ownership of any third party content featured on our channel. All third party content is the intellectual property of the respective owners, and we respect their rights. Viewer discretion is advised for all content. there you have it. And we do want to be respectful because this particular situation, the first story that we're going to talk about, someone did lose their life, families were impacted, people are grieving. The nation is grieving because Angie Stone was a legend. So we just, want to be respectful. I understand that we may have our thoughts and our conspiracies, but we gotta be respectful. So I have a couple of different videos. Let me just get the fair use up there. Okay, so the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna take a deep dive into a little bit of history of Angie Stone, but current history. Okay. She was a neo soul singer for over 40 years, and she was a legend. She was nominated, and I believe she may have even won or was nominated for Grammys. So she was a pretty big person. But recently, about a couple of months ago, she posted a tell all video on her YouTube channel, explaining how her royalties were not being paid to her and how she felt, this is all allegedly, she felt that she was being scammed by the record label. So she posted a tell-all video on her YouTube channel, and I believe she posted it on TikTok as well. Hey Arnell, how are you? How are you? Yes, he said hello, Chef Big Bang, Angie Stone, RIP. Yeah, so she posted a tell-all series on her YouTube channels and her social media platforms describing how the industry had done her wrong and had stolen her royalties and did a lot of weird stuff, or not a lot of weird stuff, but a lot of traumatic things to her. Also, one thing I noticed is that Angie Stone used to look, well, she still was a beautiful woman, but you can tell something happened to her over the last couple of years, and she started like aging really fast, in my opinion. So I was kind of wondering when I saw that, I'm like, that's kind of weird. But let me get that video pulled up. I'm gonna let them tell y'all. I'm gonna let them tell y'all. Okay, and let me just get that pulled up. Y'all hit the like button in the meantime. I thought I already had it pulled up. I guess I didn't. Okay, and if anything happens, I'm gonna get reconnected with y'all if something happens. Um, hey. Yes, you guys, this is a very weird story. I don't know. I really am undecided about what I think, but what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna show you guys all different aspects and opinions of this story, and I'll let you guys gather yourself what you think. Um, hey, next level, what's going on, next level? How you doing? He said, "What up, 907? Shout out to the foodie gang. It's always good to see you, next level. I know we have been busy. Oh, and then okay, I'm gonna drop the link. I'm gonna do it before I forget. If anybody wants to come up and react to any of the situations, you want to pop in and say, hey, if you don't have time, it's okay too. No pressure. But we just kicking off the show, and we got a lot to talk about. But if anybody wants to come up, feel free to join the channel. If you ain't got time, it's okay. It's okay. Y'all know I'll sit up here for 4 hours and talk to myself or talk to the foodie. So I be hating when I be like halfway through the show and I'm like, oh my God, I didn't drop that link. And I'll be so mad. Um, I'm gonna make sure I pin this to the top. Okay. Cause once I get to talking, y'all, I'll be talking. I'll be talking. Okay, so let me see when I'm on my phone, it's so much easier. But then when I get the whole like laptop out, we got the StreamYard going. I'm like a real YouTuber. Okay, let me make sure I move that around. Okay, so this is gonna be a little bit of her tell-all. I may not play it all, but we will see.
A beloved icon of R&B, had recently gone public with accusations that her own music company was robbing her of rightful royalty payments.
People that were working on my behalf never even registered the songs. All the songs that I've done, I'm only coming to find out they were not properly registered by the companies that I signed over to.
Rumors were swirling that she was on the brink.
I just want to say that that is so crazy to think that for years and years she was singing these songs, thinking that she was gonna make all these money off of them, and they weren't even registered. Which I just want to say, it is crazy how it's so hard to be in the music business, but the music business, in my opinion, is evil. And what's sad is that this is not the first time we heard this story about how the record label is stealing. I mean, they just seem kind of shady, don't they? Don't they just seem shady? I think going independent is a much better route. I understand that it is hard in the beginning, but in the end, it'll be worth it.
Brink of launching a lawsuit that would expose years of industry exploitation. And then, on March 1st, the unthinkable happened, a fatal vehicular crash in which she was the only casualty among 9 occupants. What could be more suspicious than that? Angie Stone's story has it all: fame, fortune, love, betrayal, and a shocking final twist. On March 1st, 2025, the 63-year-old R&B legend was tragically killed in a car crash, leaving the music world in disbelief. How did a pioneering soul, diva, who gave us decades of hits, end up in such heartbreaking headlines? Grab your tea, because we're about to spill the untold saga of Angie Stone, a journey from gospel beginnings to a mysterious end that has everyone talking. Trust me, you'll want to hear this. Angie Stone, born Angela Brown, grew up in Columbia, South Carolina, with music in her veins. As a young girl, she belted gospel songs in church and honed her powerful voice under her father's guidance in a local gospel quartet. But little Angie had big dreams.
It's like everybody starts in the choir. I'm gonna skip a little. Do y'all want to hear this part? I'm gonna skip a little bit of it and get to the tell-all series or the tell-all that she was doing. And I thought that's where we were. So this is a little bit of her background, and there is so much information out there about Angie Stone. But I want to get to the part where we're hearing from Angie about her own story. That's where I thought we were at. And she had even dated a couple of, or she has a kid with D'Angelo, and I think she was dating Idris Alba, or not. Yeah, I think I said it right. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
In December 2024, Angie made waves by calling out Universal Music Group, UMG, her former record label, in a very public way.
After 40-something years in the business, I'm like, where are my royalties going? Because I'm not.
Okay, now this is the part I want to talk about. I don't want to hear what they got to say about Angie. I want Angie herself to tell us her story. Hey, Angela Hurd, how are you doing? How are you doing? I want to hear from Angie. I don't want to hear nobody else say what they think. I want to hear what Angie has to say. It was very interesting what she had to say. Y'all, I'll be doing my research while you be putting these together. We watching everything.
Not getting this. Come to find out, Universal Music has been receiving all my royalties.
Angie discovered that the royalty checks she was owed were essentially non-existent. We begin to research my royalties, only to find out that they have all pretty much been stolen, she revealed, dropping a bombshell on UMG.
A lot of my publishing, a lot of my royalties, my mechanicals, they have all pretty much been stolen. They've taken pretty much everything. They have taken all the monies that were due to me. They have basically absorbed in that company.
The industry was shook. Here was a
That is absolutely crazy. This is why the people that you have around you are so important. And it seems like, in my opinion, when you go into a record label, you are going into a Shark Tank. Now, I'm not saying that every record label is evil, nobody will make it. I am just saying that you are walking into a Shark Tank. They have money and you don't. They know that you need them more than they need you. And it's crazy how these labels will sell millions and millions of albums, do all these streams on YouTube, Spotify, and wherever else there's music, and then the actual person who sings or raps the song will be broke. It's like, how is that even possible? How is that possible? And that's why I think being a content creator, working for YouTube or TikTok is a little bit better because you actually own your own content. And not only are you broke, but all of the work you done, you cannot use anymore because you do not own it. And this is why ownership is so important in the world. You never want to sign your content away 100%. You always want to own your own content because yes, you may get a quick payday, but in the long run, I don't know, y'all, but let's see what else they got to say.
a veteran artist bravely saying what so many whisper, that she'd been cheated out of her earnings by a giant label. Fans rallied behind her, praising Angie for fighting for her rights and shedding light on the rampant royalty scandals in music. After all, Angie had written and sung her heart out for decades, classics that made labels millions. I wish I didn't miss you anymore. Maybe rehashing the show's highlights when out of nowhere, disaster.
Look at that car. So she performed and was on her way home, and then this is unfortunately what happened.
Struck on the highway. At approximately 4 a.m., their van flipped over on Interstate 65, and before they could react, an 18-wheeler truck slammed into them. The impact was devastating. Amid the chaos and twisted metal, Angie Stone was gravely injured. By the time the dust settled, Angie was the only person who hadn't made it out alive. Yes, the only one. In an instant, the world lost a musical icon and a
So that wasn't the full video that I thought it was, but Angie Stone posted a tell-all series stating that she felt the record label had stolen all of her royalties, was not paying her correctly, and was doing a bunch of fishy stuff. A bunch of fishy stuff. She also said at the time she had got a sickness, like a blood infection, I believe. And that is why she was out of the business for so long. And that's why when she came back to doing music, she looked like she had aged a lot because of her being sick. And then that's why I'll say, like, we need to appreciate health. Appreciate our health. Okay, so we got a little bit more about Angie. I got some more videos. We're gonna talk about Lil Baby gets arrested. Birdman goes to sleep on stage. Make sure y'all hit the
We
like
learned
button.
singer and songwriter Angie Stone has died. She's best known for the hit Wish I Didn't Miss You. She was a 3-time Grammy nominee. Stone was
So she was a Grammy nominee, and she passed on March 1st. It is the 4th. So this is very, very recent.
killed today in a car crash in Montgomery, Alabama. She was 63 years old.
What's going on, Mud Truckers? Welcome to Mud Truck News. Emails on mudtrucknews@gmail.com. Definitely want to talk about this one right here. I had about 8 drivers send me this and say that there has been a tragic accident today. If you love R&B, I love R&B. If you're driving a truck, you're listening to all sorts of music. And Grammy-nominated R&B singer Angie Stone just died today. So if you don't know who Angie Stone is, look up Angie Stone, and I guarantee you've heard of some of her music. I mean, she had some very soulful music, right? And so the reason why we bring this up is because, you know, there's going around a lot of.
Hey, Gray, what you doing out here? She said, "Little baby locked up." No, little baby is not locked up, but everybody thought he was locked up. So stick around, and I'm gonna tell you the real about that situation too. And then that's it, little baby. Everybody thought little baby was locked up. They thought there was a warrant for his arrest, but they played with the words, y'all. Got the real facts. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. And no, Grace, I don't believe that he is. And I ain't gonna say too much for being the content, but his lawyer said, "Hey, don't be saying nothing about little baby if you don't got no proof." So, but I'll tell you, you have to be careful on the internet because little baby was arrested a couple of months ago, in Las Vegas. I think for something to do with the gun. I know what a lot of people did is they got the video footage from that and said that he was arrested a couple days ago. But if you did your research like the Foodie Gang does, you would know that he was arrested months ago, but he was not arrested for this incident. But you got, so I say, do your research, because the internet be playing game. And Grace, I love little baby. You will love a little baby. Grace is so funny. She said, "But F all them, to be honest, laugh a lot." I mean, the music scene kind of speaks for itself right now, unfortunately. And yeah. So we're gonna talk about music. We talking about soul music, rappers today. We gonna get into it. See, y'all don't like when I talk about politics, but I be trying to talk about politics. Y'all said no, Big Ben. We want the raunchy stuff. So we gonna get into it. We gonna get into the conspiracy theories. I got some opinions from people just watching, looking in, and well, you know, so here we go. Let's get back into it. He is talking about Angie Stone. He is a trucker and he has Mother Trucker News on TikTok. I'm not sure if he has a YouTube channel. And so, because this incident involved a Sprinter van and a semi, not only is this news for him, but this is a situation that's close to his heart, talking about trucking. So, here we go.
Hate because it says that a Sprinter van that Angie Stone was in was hit by a semi truck. And so she was actually the only one that passed away. But I want to get into this a little bit, give you the information that we have right now and updates as they come up. Grammy nominated R&B singer Angie Stone, a member of the all-female hip hop trio The Sequence, known for the hit song Wish I Didn't Miss You, was killed early Saturday in a car crash. She was 63 years old. So about 4 a.m., the vehicle she was riding in back to Atlanta from Alabama flipped over and was then hit by a big rig. So just letting you guys.
I can not. It's scary when you get in the little fender bender, but imagine your car flipping over. That is absolutely crazy. Hey, Susie B, how are you doing? How are you doing? Y'all here on YouTube. Check out her channel. Grace said Angie Stone. I love her. Grace, you love everybody. Grace, who do you not love? Are you a lover? I'm a lover. I don't like to be arguing and fighting. And this is why life is too short to be arguing and fighting with people. You can be gone today or here today, gone tomorrow. And Grace says she's not suffering with us anymore. And this poor woman, she seemed like she was really going through it. She had fell sick and was battling with some health issues. And then they have this situation with her money going on. She was like, I should have been able to retire 20 years ago. But I have heard that a lot of these artists make their money by touring. So we're seeing all these older people on tour now. And is that because they want to be on tour? Or is that because they have to be on tour? You know what I'm saying? And Susie B said, good, thank you. Grace said, girl, I was in an accident when I was 8, 40 foot over a mountain. My dad was drunk. Well, I'm glad that you were okay, Grace. And I feel like when these situations happen, you need to get up and thank God. I mean, because it's just every day we go outside, we never know what's gonna happen. We never know what's gonna happen. That's why, all the arguing and the drama. That's why I be making my daughter give me a kiss and I tell her I love her before she leaves. She be mad at me though, but I'm gonna get my kiss. And Grace said exactly that's why I love everyone. Yeah, me too. I don't even got time to be mad. Like, look, I'll let the mean people have that. But let's get back into this video.
Guys understand this. Her Sprinter van for some reason flipped over, right? And after that, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. A semi truck, boom, right into it, and it flipped multiple times, right? And so it says here, and this is what music producer and Stone's longtime manager, Walter Messap III, told Associated Press in an email. Everyone else in the cargo van survived except Stone. He said the Alabama Highway Patrol said in a news release that the 2021 Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van turned over on Interstate 65 about 4:25 a.m. Saturday before being hit by a 2021 Freightliner Cascadia truck driver by a 30-year-old man from Texas. So, 100% praying for everybody that was in the Sprinter van. Of course.
So, thank you so much, Grace. But is that weird? I mean, when you do get in a wreck, it is true, like, some people make it, some people don't. That's always the case. But we have to keep in mind that months ago, she outed the record label and said that they were doing her wrong. Now, her social media following, given given the fact that she was in her 60s, she wasn't big on social media. She didn't have like millions and 10,000, 20,000 people on her YouTube channel. So her video didn't really get the traction that it needed to get versus now. And now everyone's looking up the videos. Now everyone's hearing the story. But she was the only one that died in the van out of 9 people. And I don't know, man. It just kind of it's just a weird story. It could be total accident and it could be a setup. Who knows? But we gotta talk about it. And Grace, she's so funny. Grace says she still kept hope. Yes, that was one thing about Angie Stone that I realized like in her video is that she always talked about God. She always talked about going forward. But let me tell y'all something. If I'm in the industry for 40 years and that industry has never done me right and they have stolen my money the whole time, I'm going to a new industry. But that was how much she loved music. That she wasn't gonna give up on her wanting to be a musician. And Grace says she's meant to be an angel. Yes. And I don't know, it's just very sad and very tragic the way she went too.
Course, praying for Angie Stone and her family, right? But also, I want to pray for this truck driver as well. You know, it's extremely devastating when something like this happens. You know, there's situations where people walk in front of semi trucks or there's something on the road and a truck driver runs into that car. You know, this is something that this truck driver is going to have to live with for the rest of their lives, regardless if it was their fault or not. Right. And so I just want to put that out there because this is a trucking channel that 1000% prayers for this truck driver as well, because I know that.
Okay, Grace, we'll see you in a moment. But I love how he is giving the perspective from the truck driver standpoint because that truck driver may have seen that van at the last minute, and if you're on the highway, you're going at a fast speed. You can't just slam on the brakes and stop a semi. You know what I'm saying? And it's like on the highway, you don't expect cars to be any other way but going the way of traffic. So I'm glad that he's giving a perspective from the truck driver standpoint. And he said, pray for the truck driver. And it's like, man, that is just that's something that you'll never forget in your life, and you're gonna have like survivor's remorse. Or maybe well, we ain't gonna talk about it because let's get back into the video.
That the media will just spin this as the truck driver that hit the Sprinter van and killed Angie Stone. But so far from Alabama Highway Patrol, all we know is that the Sprinter van flipped over, and then as it flipped over, that's when the semi truck hit it, right? And so I'll update when I have more information about that. It said Angie Stone was pronounced dead at the scene. The Highway Patrol said the crash was about 5 miles south of Montgomery city limits. Okay, the Sprinter driver and 7 others in the van were taken to Baptist Medical Center for treatment. Officials continue to investigate the cause. Millsap said he learned the news from Angie Stone's daughter, Diamond, and longtime Sequence member, Blondie. You know, it says here, quote, never in a million years did we ever expect to get this horrible news. Angie Stone's children, Diamond and Michael Archer, said in a statement shared by the SRG group, we are still trying to process and completely heartbroken. Millsap added, we are truly devastated by this unexpected and unfortunate tragedy, and there are simple no words to express how we feel. Right?
It's got to be tough to know that your loved one went out in such a tragic way and so unexpected as well. I mean, your mom goes to work, you think she's coming back home. You don't think anything like this is going to happen. But life is very short. We are all human at the end of the day. Doesn't matter how much money you have or how much money you don't have. We're all human. And so there needs to be empathy for both sides.
For the people that don't know, she was coming back from a show that she did at a Mardi Gras out in Atlanta. And so mud truckers and everyone out there that loved Angie Stone and her music, please pray for her family. Pray for this truck driver as well and everyone that's involved. And I'll talk to you guys later. We'll get more information about this. But the biggest thing is it just sucks to lose someone so talented. And, you know, when I was driving a truck, on the road, man. I ain't gonna lie, she had good music, man. Put you in your feels, So just prayers for the family. My trucker's comment down below, and we'll let you know some updates when we get them. But as of now, that's all we know is that her Sprinter van was coming from Mardi Gras, flipped over, and at that moment, she got hit by a semi-truck, a Freightliner. And from the video, it looks like a CRST trailer. We don't know if it was the owner-operator or not pulling that, but, we'll see. We'll see what the heck really happened. But till now, let's just not have any blame games, and let's just pray for this family and all involved. So, my truckers, comment down below.
I soon found out.
Okay, so this is a little clip from her tell-all, but it makes you wonder, how did the van just start how did the van just flip over? Like, what exactly happened that would make the van flip over in the first place? But this is a clip from her tell-all, and Angie Stone spoke about Universal Group stealing her royalties 9 weeks ago. So it was towards the end of last year. Um, and I just want to say, when you get ready to expose these big people, sometimes you gotta be careful. But who would have thought she would? I don't know.
That one of the biggest companies that I was with, Universal Music, it's the second part of the ugly truth. We began to research things to check on my royalties and my statements and things that of that nature, only to find out a lot of my publishing, a lot of my royalties, my mechanicals, they have all pretty much been stolen.
This is what I don't like. When you sign on to a label, they're giving you this team where everyone works for the label already. So why? So they, in my opinion, they don't have their best interest in you because they work for the label. So it's like everyone's on the label's team and you're the new person coming onto the team. And you're the true star, and it's just very sad that they get exploited. But I feel like a lot of these people, a lot of the work that work for the industries, don't have good intentions when they link up with this artist. Now, I can see if it was someone that was a part of your team that you're bringing with you, they're really gonna care about you. But these labels don't. They don't care, in my opinion, about these people like that. And that's why you hear you see a lot of artists, a lot of rappers, singers, even actors come out years later and say, they ain't got no money and they were not paying me right. But at what point do we say we are going to stop dealing with these people because we know that they are no good? Okay, and so remember how I told you guys how she was coming from the concert? This was her singing her last song. I'm not gonna play a ton of it just because I don't want, get in trouble. But I'm gonna play probably like 10 seconds or so, mute it, and then talk over it. This is her last song that she performed, or the last performance that she did before her life was cut short.
Publishing, a lot of my royalties, my mechanicals, they have all pretty much been stolen. Just a friend, sick and tired, I want to blame on me. Now you
There we go. So as you can see, she does look a little bit older. She looks a little bit frail. Like I was saying, she spent some time in the hospital because she was having health issues. And so, these tours are really hard on artists. You have to remember all these songs. You got to be standing on stage. You got to be full of energy. People have come to pay. Yes, they may have music in the background, but you still got to, you know what I'm saying? Sing a little bit on top of it. And so these tours are very hard to keep doing. And not to mention, you're traveling from city to city to city. So on Sunday I had the Empty Stomach podcast up here. We were doing our food game food panel. And one of the bishop was like, I don't know what that singing was, but Angie back in the day could sing. But remember how I was telling you guys that she spent some time in the hospital, which did impact her voice. And then when you have all these like band members or like background singers, there's just a lot of people that you have to pay before you even get your check. And that's why it's so hard for them to turn a profit because they're spending so much money on the whole performance, and that's why the YouTubers is kind of winning. Cause you can do YouTube out of your home, out of your car, and it's not so much to get started. And so the YouTubers are able to keep a lot more of their money. And we have actually seen, in our time, the YouTubers will be richer than everybody else or richer than the artists. The artist that has performed in countless countries, done thousands of shows, the YouTuber will have more money than them. Just because they own their own content and they're able to produce on a much smaller budget. So this is our show. Y'all can see we got the lights here. We got a little bit of everything. So these are some of the comments. Y'all know when I watch a video, I have to read the comment section. I gotta see what everybody is saying. I'm gonna have to get some more tea for this one. Ti- um, Tiny Ice said, I'm thinking somebody on that van was working with somebody. So they're saying that somebody on the bus was from the label, pretty much. And Trap King said, I mean, I have never seen a multiple of people have seatbelts on in a Sprinter than not hers. Come on now. Oh, so she didn't have a seatbelt on. See, this is why I believe in seatbelt safety. And then someone said God is in control. And then 1966 said her driver fell asleep. Everything is not a conspiracy. God has the last say so. That makes sense because one of the things I was kind of questioning is how did the van flip in the first place? How did the van flip in the first place and why? So this person is saying, I don't know if this is true, so allegedly that the driver fell asleep. I tell you, the comment section be lit though. I always read the comments on any video that I watch. I'll try my best to comment. Um, 330 said, I'm sure record label got insurance policy. That's another thing. I did not know this until recently, like the last couple of years. The record labels will get insurance policies on the artists so that they can get their money back. Does that not sound very scamish? Like you're gonna get an insurance policy on me and you're my employer? Y'all, be careful out here. I'm sure her kids will get 2 million out of about 30 mil. Somebody on some BS, other peeps in the van will divide 1 million of her kids 2 million. Wow. And trafficking says the industry is terrible. I agree with that statement wholeheartedly. Lakers said, how do an 18-wheeler target one person inside the van and miss the rest of the people? Okay. And it's a diva thing said, I totally agree, it's not yet. And 470 said she wasn't near home, she was on tour. She was supposed to come here. I do believe something in the milk ain't clean on the story is giving Left Eye something feels off. Ooh, do y'all remember Left Eye from TLC? And then we also have a lead. I don't know, just these artists be going in these ways that people be thinking it's kind of set up. I don't know. But I'll tell you one thing. Social media is gonna do its investigation.
I would never, ever, ever, ever in my freaking life believe that Angie Stone's unaliving, untimely unaliving was an accident. 5 miles from her house, a sprinter van, a sprinter van with 8 people in it, and only one person out of the whole entire van, out of 8 people, is unalived. One person, a few minutes from her residence. If you break a mile down at 60 miles per hour, 5 miles is equivalent to 5 minutes, depending on the traffic.
Okay, so one person said she wasn't near her home. He's saying she was near her home and there was 8 people in the van, one person died. But whether it was 9 in the van, 8 in the van, 7 in the van, the fact that only one person died, it's in my mind is very fishy. Oh my goodness, we got next level down here. What's going on, next level? Next level.
Yo, what's up, 907? You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. What do you think about this Angie Stone's situation?
Uh, I mean, well, I think like you know, it can raise controversy because anytime you dealing with like large amounts of money and telling truths and telling secrets and stuff like that. I mean, especially when it comes to like the entertainment industry. I mean, this won't be the first time we've seen something like that, you know. But I mean, this happens a lot, and not just in the entertainment industry. I know they get glamorized a lot, but it happens in business a lot because unfortunately, a lot of people don't really go through their contracts, like especially like with a professional or something like that. So yeah,
I agree with you on that point. That's why it's like it's so important to read the contract. Because when they say that they want all of your content and you don't own any of it, that's a big plot twist. And that's a big deal, you know?
yeah, but I mean. this what happens when you try to expose or try to go after, and like going after, like we not talking about like tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands. We're talking about like millions of dollars that, no, ain't no, it's no telling, So I mean, of course, don't nobody want to just lose that money. So I mean, I'm not saying that can possibly be what happened, but you see things with other artists or entertainers and they mysteriously die or get ill, or they get deemed crazy and get thrown off to everybody, or what, things like that.
I'm laughing, but it's not funny. He is telling the truth. When you start trying to expose people and there is a lot of money on the table, it's not good. Um,
I mean, yeah, I
but
mean,
how are you doing it? How are you doing today, Next Level? I didn't even give you the opportunity to introduce yourself.
uh, I'm doing good. I'm just at work, just hanging out at work, but I'm doing all right. How about yourself? Shout out to the foodie gang.
I'm doing good. I took a day off yesterday because I wasn't feeling too good on Sunday, and I'm glad I took that day off because now I was like, okay, now I'm feeling okay. But at first, no. But yeah, we just up here. I had a lot of videos, and this is one of those stories that it could be fishy or it could not be.
Yeah, yeah, totally. But like I
It's
say, you,
hard
you
to
see it
say.
happen. You see it happen a lot though in the entertainment industry where people just, mysteriously die.
It's not funny, but I get what you're saying. And I shouldn't be laughing, but it is true though.
But it's
Um,
always around when they're doing a tell all, or they're suing, or they're like exposing it. All it's always around that time, when people suddenly die, suddenly get locked up, suddenly get ill, suddenly get deemed as like crazy or on drugs. It happens like that.
yes, I do agree. That's why you got to be careful who you have around you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But next level, what you got planned for today?
Like I said, I'm just working right now. Other than that, just got a few more hours, and that's about it. After that, be finishing up.
Okay, and I'm posting that link to your channel. You want to tell us about your YouTube channel?
Oh, yeah, it's been at a standstill, but I'm finna get it back going. I just had to get some things together, but I've been really getting ideas together to how to create a steady dose of like good content, and not just like far as entertainment. Like I like to come with some facts, I like to come with some knowledge or something like that. So it won't just always be entertaining, but it would be more so like like more of a shared knowledge type of thing, because I like to build like mentally and things like that, and I mean, and that's what you would get over there. Now I'm not saying it wouldn't be no entertainment, it will get entertaining sometimes or like that, but the core message is just about knowledge though.
Yeah, I feel you. Like I don't want to argue all day. I want us to learn something when we walk away. Lady said, "Hey, boo, and next level. Love my foodie gang, gang, gang. Fam, hope you all had a good day so far. And will we turn into a live panel, no talking food show? See, you missed the food. I showed it in the beginning. She said, "Where the yams, and steak." Look, we can't cook all the time. I'm gonna be 400 pounds. But we're gonna get back into this video.
I'm a day.
Yes. Okay, so this man is pretty much saying that he thinks that this Angie Stone situation was fishy just because everybody in the van did not, or it was just fishy how it went down.
It is. And now, from what I understand, it was at early hours of the morning when that accident happened. Out of 8 people in the van, the person in the van who was the most important, I'm not saying everybody in the van wasn't important, but the person in the van that was most important, mostly known, was the one who gets unalive. And it's crazy because she just did a video recently exposing how she was being treated unfairly when it came to her royalties. And all of a sudden, it seems like after she made that video exposing that information, it seems like her time had already started ticking for her very last moments. Now, when it comes to Gene Hackman, we know that people pass away in threes, from what I was always told as I was coming up. Gene Hackman, being that he's an older guy, an older gentleman, 95 years old.
Yeah, he finna get into some conspiracy on the conspiracy. Lady said, "Rip Angie Stone." I think Next Level is right though. When they start airing people out, they start cleaning out the closet, dropping the tea. I mean, that's when we see it all end. I mean, it's okay, lady. We do not know if it was an accident or not, but in today's episode, we are going to talk about every side of it. He thinks that it was fishy. The guy that I played before you got here just thought it was an accident. We don't know, but don't it sound fishy that she did a tell all and then now this is she gone?
Yeah.
And yeah.
Cause like I say, it's not like this like the first time somebody was exposing and telling all, and then suddenly passed or suddenly got tremendously ill. Like I mean, it's not the first time.
At Next Level, can you name other cases where you think that this allegedly happened to them too?
Well, you got cases like I can just name a few. Like you got Prince. Prince
You
was
think Prince was fishy too?
this. Prince was exposing the truth about ownership and masters and things like that, and because
Oh.
Prince was stuck in a contract that he didn't really understand contract, just probably signed a contract, and he owed like record labels X amount of albums or whatever. So what he did was he stopped selling. He said, I'm out of the music business. Like tried to like I'm gonna retire because I don't want to keep selling music and making money and y'all making the money. So what he did was retire type thing, but came back as the artist formerly known as Prince, because they own Prince. They own the name and everything. They own Prince, the name and everything. That's why he changed the name to the artist formerly known as Prince. And and when he was doing that, he would start talking about masters and ownership and all this type of things, and then just start getting ill and died. I mean, we not talking about people that just died when they was just like in they like like late 60s, 70s, or even 80s, or late, they was like fit in their mid 50s or like early 50s or late 40s.
I did not know any of that about Prince, and I wasn't on YouTube at the time, and I didn't do a deep dive. I did not know all that. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, even the whole Michael Jackson thing. You know, I mean, he owned like the whole Beatles catalog, a few different catalogs. Like he owned like like I want to say like a major percentage of Sony at a point of time. So they was trying to get him to sell, and he didn't want to come off. I mean, this all allegedly though, you know. But it just so happened. Oh, this man. Okay, let's say he's been taking drugs and stuff. So whatever. Like it just so happened he just so happened to overdose. You know. Now the catalog, now everything's getting all split up and stuff like that. I bet his family or his estate don't have possession of the catalogs and stuff no more. I'm just saying, you
And that's so you got me rolling.
know. Yeah, I mean, it's a long list of them. You know what I'm saying? Like Bill Clinton. I mean Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby got tired of of the images, the negative images of black people that they was putting out. You know, because he had the Cosby Show, he had like the Different World. You know, those are more like upbeat, family oriented type of shows, painting like positive images of black people. But he got tired of the stereotypical roles that like BET was putting out there, like the movies and the shows. So he was he was trying to buy out MSNBC, some type of network, and create his own thing. And then next thing you know, he went to jail. Not saying he wasn't doing whatever he was doing or whatever the case may be, but they been knew what he was doing. But just so happened now that's just like R. Kelly. They been knew what R. Kelly was doing, but R. Kelly don't want to come off masters. R. Kelly got wrote songs for Michael Jackson and everything. But you know, just so happened they been know what these people was doing. But just so happened you don't want to give us what we and like I say, we talking about millions of dollars at stake. You know.
Yeah. Okay, so lady said Prince became symbol. I remember that towards the end. He did become symbol. Next level, do you think that people should stop dealing with these labels?
Well, at some point, you know, you get to a point where you might need that label, even if it's for like a distribution or whatever the case may be. When you doing like, far as in the entertainment industry, far as music, and especially like for as acting and stuff. I mean, you can't be an independent actor, you know. I mean, unless you only dealing with like the Tyler Perrys and things like that. But still, you still got to be leery with all that. It's just like people gotta when you dealing with things like that. I understand you an artist or you a actor, you a talent or whatever, but you yourself is a business too, because your name, for as you're an entertainer, you are a business, so you got to be more business savvy. You got to get lawyers that can go over those contracts if you not physically going over 'em. Like people got to be aware of what they getting into, and that's just not even with the entertainment in it. That's in any kind of business. People sign bad contracts and don't know what they signing a lot of time.
Very true. I watch Tasha K sometimes, and she was saying that the TV shows wanted to offer her a contract to do a talk show like Wendy Williams, like Steve Harvey. But in that particular contract, they wanted her to sign over her name, her brand. It would all go to them. They would give her a team and a set. And she turned it down. She said, I'm gonna do my YouTube thing so I can own all my content. Can you speak to the importance of content ownership, next level, and how important it is for you to own your own content, own your own name.
I mean, yeah, that's what I was just saying right there. Like, cause you got to look at yourself as a business. You're not just like a talent or like for as Tasha K. You're not just someone just speaking on a mic. You are a business. You know, like it generate revenue and everything. So you gotta structure yourself right. Which I'm gonna say she was structured right and she had the right mind frame already because uh I want to say she had got off of YouTube at a point of time and created a app. That way, like the only way you can even see her content, I guess before it get uploaded to YouTube or it's gonna get out, but you had to go through the app or whatever, So, I mean, you got to be minded when you thinking of that. But a lot of people they don't think like that, and that's how they get messed over. Then they be like, "Oh, this ain't right," but you don't realize what you signed or what you didn't sign or what you didn't have in place and things like that.
Yep. And then you try to do a tell all, and then it's over, like Next Level said. Lady said, Tasha K, she just needs to keep getting sued with her messy standing ASS. She get on my nerves as a woman. She loud. But look, Tasha K, I like some of her content. Some of it I can't take because she is very loud. But she did build a great platform. It was her messiness that's gonna mess it up though. Let's get back into the video and let's see what they got to say.
He lived a good life, but that is really suspicious to me. Him, his wife, and his dog, and now all of a sudden, not even a handful of days, Angie Stone, something's not right here. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist or anything like that, but something's not right about these situations, guys. You guys all notice something is not adding up. The only question is who's next. But I don't believe Angie Stone's untimely passing was an accident. I know I'm right. It was not an accident, guys. No one's going to convince me it was an accident. That stuff was planned by the people that she exposed. Money will change everything, bro. Money will change everything. When you get exposed by ripping somebody off for money, you can expect that something's going to happen, especially if you're able to expose them with proof. Something's not right, bro.
Y'all, we just left Baptist South.
I didn't catch the name of the guy he was talking about, but there was another person that was a famous person that had died. The dog had died. It was another tragedy. I just cannot remember the name. But it was somebody else who was a celebrity. But you just got to be careful. And so Angie's accident was on March 1st. It's the 4th today. The body has been released this AM to the family. Rip Angie Stone, and I think this is a typo, but he says NDA agreement signed. So we heard a little bit about this when we heard about the Twitch boss and his wife, Allison, how she made the family sign NDAs before going to the funeral. Next Level, in your opinion, is that fishy or is it justifiable? What do y'all think, Chad? NDAs for a funeral? Yes, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, I don't know.
About NDAs for
Yeah, the
funeral?
funeral NDAs at a funeral. I don't. It's like it depends in the case, I guess. Like say for instance, at a president funeral or something like that, or something private or something, but just like like I don't know what are the NDAs for in this particular, far as dealing with Angie Stone, but far as let's say Twitch Boss case, like making the family sign NDAs was a little. That was a little, I don't know. It was a little different.
It was almost like she did it.
Yeah, it's just like whatever you see or whatever you hear, whatever you can't talk about this. Like, dang, like what? Yeah.
um, but I wonder how much the label is going to be in this funeral. How much are they gonna do? I don't know. Once you sign over, you sign your life away. Everything from that point on is just fishy.
And a lot of these labels they get paid off your death too.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of them they have death like insurance, like death insurance and all that stuff on it. Like they be getting paid off like when artists die. Yeah.
Lady in the chat giving you a hard time. But yes, it was Gene Hackman that had the weird story with the dog and all that stuff. But we're gonna play this video. We're gonna see what Homeboy got to say. Here we go.
They say Angie Stone has been released to her family this morning. The body has been released to her family this morning. They declined autopsy. They didn't want no autopsy done.
I don't like that part. I feel like with an autopsy, you get to figure out what happened, what they had in the system. Why would they just decline one? Very, very fishy with that. Why would they decline it? What if somebody on the van,
Unless
just
they try to,
allegedly?
I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
Oh no, no, go ahead, next level. Cause you be knowing stuff. You be researching.
No, I was gonna say unless they try to get one private, like they can just get like a, you know, something that won't be public. Like
Oh.
I'm not.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Maybe they're going to get their own. Okay. Okay, I'm glad you stopped me because I was getting ready to talk about them. That makes a lot of sense if they want to get a private one. I don't know, man. Sometimes when you get the coroner, it be seeming kind of fishy sometimes. So that makes a lot of sense. Let's see what else we got.
The funny thing is, not funny, but the weird thing is that some guy that's told to be her manager of some sort had everybody in the hospital, nurses, anybody dealing with her and the crash and whatever, had them all sign non-disclosure agreement. That's why we haven't been hearing nothing, no updates, no nothing. Everybody involved.
Oh, so they didn't sign NDAs for the funeral. They signed NDAs for the hospital. I could see why, if you're a celebrity, you would want a little bit of privacy, but this situation with Angie Stone is different because of all of the layers. But can you imagine that? Some strange man pops up in a suit, claims he's your manager, and tells you that you have to sign this to even talk about your mom or talk about your family.
Yeah.
Let that woman rest in peace. What you got to say, next level?
Nah, I was just gonna say, that's crazy. That's, uh, so who? I didn't really catch the last. Who was making them sign the NDAs at the hospital?
A manager. Let me go back a little bit. A
The
manager popped out
manager
of
was making the
nowhere.
family.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Uh,
I'm gonna go back a little bit. And this is Ancient the Creator. So let's go back. Yeah, okay, we're gonna go back all the way. We're gonna just because he's dropping a lot of tea that we gotta listen to.
They say Angie Stone has been released to her family this morning. The body has been released to her family this morning. They declined autopsy. They didn't want no autopsy done. The funny thing is, not funny, but the weird thing is that some guy that's told to be her manager of some sort had everybody in the hospital, nurses, anybody dealing with her and the crash and whatever, had them all sign non-disclosure agreement. That's why we haven't been hearing nothing, no updates, no nothing. Everybody involved, everything. They're all under non-disclosure agreements. Sound like some more industry bullshit.
Okay, so he's saying, and I don't remember. I was trying to look it up just now. Who this guy was? He got signed. He got the inside scoop. He's saying even the nurses and doctors got to sign NDA agreements because they don't want them speaking to the public. And the manager popped up with all this stuff. Love said, "That's ridiculous." Hey, Ree, how are you doing? How are you doing? We're talking about Angie Stone, and I got my co-host up here, pop-up guest, next level, and we just giving our opinions on it. They're saying that the doctors, nurses, the families have to sign NDAs when coming to at the hospital when they're coming to like view the body and all that stuff. So it's like a very closed case, and it's just really sad because this just all seems very, very fishy. It all seems very, very fishy, and we're gonna see how this is gonna end. If there are any royalties that will be given to her, do you guys think that they're gonna give any of that money to the kids? It's just these labels are just so evil. If you can, try to avoid them. Never sign over your content. Never keep your own content, own your own stuff. Like Next Level said earlier, you are your own business. And once you sign over your content, you don't have anything. You're a business, but you don't have a product to sell because you don't own your own content. So important for you to own your own content. I do. Next Level, do you have any thoughts on everything that we just heard from this particular video? Yes, you're your own brand. There you go. Thank you, to lady. Always coming through with the corrections. Always telling me when I'm messing up.
nah,
Next, what are your thoughts, Next Level?
I would just say, I mean, I mean, I know it can probably be suspicious or whatever, but a lot of people do that when they have celebrity status. Like, so people like they want to be able to control the statements that come out, like when it comes to like celebrities been in the hospital or death or things like that. Because they did the same thing for when Blue Ivy was born. They shut the hospital down, had people sign NDAs, all type of things, you know. So.
Yeah, so you're saying it's not unusual.
Well, yeah, it's not unusual when it comes to like celebrities, like far as hospital. But it was unusual to have like had to have the family sign it just to come to the funeral. That was unusual, you know.
Yeah, Reese said it's all wicked. They shut Angie up by taking her out, in my opinion.
Yeah, that can be possible.
Yeah, they and you know what's crazy? Her video didn't even get that many plays, but they said we don't even care.
It's
We
it's not
don't
a,
even-
it's I don't think it was even about, because a lot of people didn't even know about that video, you know, because like you say, it didn't get a lot of views or anything. But if it's true or not, like, if it's true, I mean, hey, you know, like you say, you got like that video said that dude was talking. I guess she got proof and everything. I mean, like I said, we talking about like millions of dollars, probably tens of millions of dollars. It's no telling. So I mean, but that's the thing when you get in these and get with these big companies, and they give you these contracts that's probably like the size of a book, and then people just go sign through it and they ain't really reading it.
Yeah, we know we thinking the same thing. Somebody said in the comment section they wonder if somebody, and this is all speculation, this is all alleged, I'm just telling you what they said. They said that they wonder if the industry has somebody on that van and they did something to her. And they also thought it was fishy that everybody was wearing a seatbelt but her. And not saying that they're not as important as her, because everyone is alive, every human is very important. But how is the star or the main act, the one without the seatbelt on? And everybody got y'all seatbelts on. It's like, did y'all know this was gonna happen? I don't know. What do y'all think, Chad? What do y'all think?
Yeah,
We know what
just
we think.
okay. This the thing here. It's on the interstate, right? So on the interstate. Wasn't nobody else on the interstate. We don't have no other passerbys, no other witnesses, no traffic cams. They got cameras on going up and down the interstate. They don't have nothing. They just have what the people on the bus say, and that's it, you know?
They said it was at 4 a.m. But people still going to work.
Yeah.
Oh, but maybe they didn't get footage, but the label took it. You're right. There's got to be footage, right? Has anybody seen any footage?
Nah, I only seen, the stuff that's been posted, and you hear from, like you say, like the people that like the statements they making, like you're not hearing from a witness say, "Oh, I saw the van lose control," or, "Oh, who's to say?" Like anything could be possible. Like
If the
what?
comments said that the driver of the van fell asleep.
Okay, if if that was true, him falling asleep. and having someone die in a result of him falling asleep, could he be charged like with like a negligent homicide, like how they would give like a drunk driver or something like that, you know?
That's a good question. I don't know, but I was reading something in the comments and they were saying that the people of the van can sue Angie's family. And I was like, how is that possible? Is that
Because
because
they was,
they're
if they was hired by her, yes, they possibly can. Like say,
um,
yeah,
they
because
gonna make sure that woman don't get no money.
they possibly can, because that was probably her true event. Like it's not like the a label provided all that stuff, you know. So she probably provided that stuff, and she hired that driver. And if he fell asleep and did like what they saying, possibly can. Yeah.
Dang, that's sucks. Like, I mean, it's already a bad situation. She lost her life, but to know that there's possible lawsuits that could come, and I'm gonna say, people in America, in my opinion, are very sue happy. They love an opportunity where they can sue and get some money. So I'm curious to see if we're gonna see that happening.
Yeah. Yeah. I would hope not, but I mean, but like you say, it's possible.
Dang, I'm so sad about this whole situation. I kept hearing a little bit about it, but I was like, let me do a deep dive and do some research. And then
Yeah.
Arnell said Mike and Prince also watch Elvis movie, same situation. So he's saying Mike, Prince, and Elvis all were kind of in the same boat as Angie. Like you said, next level, they was trying to expose the label, and then it was over for them.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you see that happen even in sports, but like with sports, they don't like people don't suddenly die because like they can't sue in sports and get what they owe. They just signed their contract. I mean, it is what it is. But you have guys that try to expose different type of leagues and different type of stuff like that, and they'll get blackballed. Like they'll get blackballed, or you got Colin Kaepernick. You got a running back who's at the top of his game, and he came out, was exposing things like how the NFL is scripted, you know, and just like that, you didn't see him no more. you know.
Next level, why you laughing?
I mean, cause
See,
I be finding a lot of things funny. I mean,
I'm just playing with you. But you can't go against the grain. Especially now, no tell all on TikTok or social media. It's reset. Once you go up against the industry, something tragic happens. And shout out to G Honda. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to his YouTube channel. He said salute 907. I'm live right now, just tapping in. You know what? I need to do better with my rounds. But next over, you coming up here dropping so much knowledge on us, and you kind of like put it into like a whole bubble where you're like, no, this is not the first time. We've seen this multiple times.
I mean, oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean, uh, uh, what's her name? What's her name? The lady who had kids by Diddy, she was writing the tell all. She suddenly got ill and passed away.
I think it was like, was it Kim Shields?
Yeah, Kim Porter. Kim Porter.
Okay, Kim Ford. I was like, Kim, sure, that's only a white woman.
Yeah. She. I mean, but I. I mean, I wouldn't say, oh, people shouldn't write like shouldn't come out with tell all, expose this and do this and that. But people should be aware of what comes with it. Because I mean, people don't want to get exposed for them doing wrong, them stealing money and getting over people and a lot of the wrongdoings they've been doing. And plus, they want to keep doing it.
Yeah, yeah. How do you think this ends? Do you feel like we're gonna see an end in our time to this with the artists and the music industry, or you think it's gonna keep happening?
Well, I think at this day and age, this like you had like some of the best times right now. You know, to where like you can be a top artist and you don't have to be with any label or anything, especially when you got platforms to where you can own your own material. You can be an artist and have your music strictly on YouTube. You know, you don't have to go to all these different things and stuff like that. Of course, like if you go to these other places, yes, they will probably give you X amount of money for promotion and all this other things like that. But it's, I mean, you have to invest in yourself though. That's why I say you have to see it as a business. But yeah, you don't have to use these big company stuff.
I agree. We are in a time now where we have the internet. You can do all that stuff yourself. It may take a little bit longer, it may take a little bit more work, blood, sweat, and tears. But in the end, the result, in my opinion, is going to be better. Just be a regular person. Be yourself. Stop trying to be all this with the rich and fabulous. The rich and fabulous is not doing okay if you really look at what's going on. And if you really listen to what people are saying, not just how they look on social media.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I would just build a following, you know what I'm saying? And you can upload music yourself to like like the Apple Musics and stuff like that. Like, you put out music, got stuff on YouTube, build a little following. Like you can even make your own tours. Of course, it wouldn't be no big tour like these big companies put out for artists, but you can book a venue at this whatever club or venue. Then you can go do a show there, do a show wherever. Like I said, you just got to see yourself as a business. You have to invest in yourself.
Yeah, I think what it is, a lot of people don't want to wait. I feel like people want instant success. But everything that it's like with selling drugs, doing crime, you get the instant payout or the instant reward, but then you got to pay for it somehow. So yeah, they may have gave you like 1 million up front, but now you owe them 3 albums. That is not a small task.
Yeah, and that's why I say the business is so crucial because, like you said, a lot of people want that want it fast. I think that's true, but what's also true is a lot of people not thinking business. They just thinking, about being the artist, about like you say that $1 million when you don't realize, oh, I can do 3 albums for $1 million, but you don't realize how much them 3 albums is gonna accumulate. you know, and then
Yeah.
And then like you not finna that million, you not finna really be able to accumulate really nothing off of that. So then when you do the tours and things, depend on what kind of tours you're doing, you gonna get whatever percentage and this, that, and the third. So I mean, so you really gotta pay attention to what you sign and what you're getting into. That's why I say like get your business structure right, get you some like some attorneys and things like that, and just have your stuff set up together. Like if I was an artist or even an actor or things like that, I would register my name as a LLC, like like yourself.
Yes, and the fact that people sign their names away, I did not realize that. The
That's
fact
why
that
that's why I said
Prince,
that. That's why that
um,
my bad. But that's why I said
go
that
ahead.
some of them don't even sign it away. That's why I say a lot of people don't even own their own name, and it's not public. But a lot of people don't own their own name. They will
That's
they will go
crazy.
like, hey, I'm next level. I'm getting my little record deal, and then you oh, I'm finna leave after these couple of albums, but hey, when you go, you're gonna change your name because we own the rights to next level. Cause I didn't ever structure
And
myself, like you gotta change your name when you go.
we own all your work, so you have nothing.
Yeah, or
And
you
if you
can
don't
pay
have
it.
any money, you have no
Yeah,
money, and you don't have nothing.
yeah. So you
And it's
gotta
like, dang, I can't even imagine.
that. Yeah,
It's like
that's why I
somebody
said
coming and saying,
they should structure their stuff as a business first before anybody else will be able to do that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, it's like somebody saying, hey, we own this kitchen, we own 907 Goodies, we own the Fuji gang, everything. Like that is a crazy idea that I would give somebody ownership of everything so that when I walk away with nothing and no money. That
But
is a crazy idea.
But the crazy point about it, a lot of people not even thinking about giving it away. They don't even think about it. A lot of people just get done dirty and somebody do it behind their backs. Like they can see, okay, oh 907, oh yeah, she blowing up. Oh, Foodie Gang, they growing, they blowing up. They about to get nationally syndicated and stuff like that. Oh, let me look this up. Oh, Foodie Gang ain't trademark? Okay, let me trademark Foodie Gang. Let me trademark, that way, like, hey, anytime this get used like this come to me.
Crazy. But it goes back to that research. You got to know what's going on. You got to know the people that have come before you, what's already happened. Because at this point, it's history repeating itself.
Yeah, true.
We see like so many artists, especially these rappers, got the same story. The label did me dirty. Who did the label do right?
Well, the labels did a lot of people right. You can look at people like uh I can just use one person for sure as an example. Somebody like Master P. He came in with his business structure. And it like he came in as a business. Like I'm not coming in just, oh, I'm the artist. I'm trying to just make me this star and stuff like that. No, I'm coming in with my business mind frame. And he was like one of the first or the second artists to get like a independent like 80-20 split where he would get 80% and the label would get 20%. You know.
Yeah, he was already business savvy though. They are signing hood dudes now, people from the streets, and they're just giving them these books, contracts, like you said, having them signed. They don't know anything about what's going on. But you're right, that's all. You got to come in with some knowledge. I don't think anybody that's not that smart should be signing any contracts. Like these people running laps around these rappers because they don't know.
Yeah, I mean, cause they'll see, like you say, that instant success or that instant gratification. Like, oh,
Oh, they get the
he
big
go
chain.
he go a
They
hundred
love the
thousand. I'm
chains.
giving you 100,000. I give you a chain, or here go a car and all that stuff. But people don't realize even that jewelry, even that car and all that stuff. That's in the company name. That ain't in your name. That's just like when that rapper that died in Memphis. He was signed to the record label. When he died, they told the family they got to return their jewelry. We need to.
Oh yeah, Gucci Man's label
Yeah, we need
1017.
the jewelry. We
A
need
lot
all
of
that. Like,
them, Gucci
yeah,
Man said, I gotta
this
stop
belongs to
doing
the
this.
company. This.
Yeah, run us our money back. The money in the under the bed, the shoebox. Oh, we want that back. It's history repeating itself.
Yeah, that's why I say people gotta be like when it comes to a contract is like a business agreement. Like that's a contract. Like, and a lot of these rappers getting in there and doing things like they like on Shake Hand did. Well, you told me it was no. We signed this paperwork. So
Well, you
it
know
ain't what I
what?
told you.
Our
It ain't what you
friend,
thought. It's what we can prove. What we can prove is this paperwork said you owe me 10 albums.
and we're finna start talking about rappers, so we right on point. But shout out to Lady with the 199. She said for that ass, shaking my head and rip this sad something wrong. Okay, so we're gonna play the money video, and then when we get back, I'm gonna tell y'all some developments with the Foodie Gang fan page on Facebook, and then we are gonna talk about Little Baby and Birdman. I'm glad Next Level's up here, and I hope you stay because I know you gonna have us rolling. But here we go with the money video. Foodie Gang Gang Gang. Foodie Gang Gang Gang. Okay. Y'all, welcome back to the show. Y'all hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, Kitchen Talk with Chef Big Bang. And we got Next Level up in the building. Y'all make sure y'all check out his YouTube channel. Let me get that link pulled up. Next Level, have you heard anything about the little baby situation?
Oh yeah. I've been aware of it.
Me too. Okay, so I watch this type of content, but I don't normally talk about it with y'all. But y'all like when I do these little shows, so we gonna keep doing it during the week. But one of the things that did happen,
Oh,
I have a Facebook fan page, and we just hit 3,000 members. Yes, we just hit 3,000 members on the Facebook fan page, and then that link is already in the chat. We are going to be having a celebration soon. Y'all know I got to cook something for the celebration. But hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, support the channel. Shout out to Lady for already coming through with the support. But yes, y'all, join the fan page on Facebook. We moving, man. We moving, man. Okay, now we're gonna talk about Lil Baby. I kind of laugh a little bit because I got to get it all out of my system. It's like this is a serious show when me and Next Level we're trying to be serious and not laugh, but it's so hard. All right. So we talked about Lil Baby last week. I had some of my facts incorrect, and I just wanted to clarify a couple of those things. The music video took place last year, I believe in June or July. 7 people were just arrested for unaliving those children. And in the arrest warrant for one of those 7 people, they named Little Baby. So there's not an arrest warrant out on Little Baby. He was just named in an arrest warrant. And Little Baby is not arrested. Next up, what you got to say about this whole situation, gang violence, and all this foolishness?
I mean, well, I mean to be honest, and not just speaking on Lil Baby, but what we see a lot of these rap groups or whatever, that a lot of them are in the streets, are like living the things they rapping about or whatever. So you see this happen often. Now, when it comes to Lil Baby, I'm sure people remember Miss Fannie Willis.
Mm.
The DA in Atlanta, Georgia. So she was on a mission to clean up Atlanta with all these young rap street gangs and all this type of things. She went after YFN Lucci, who recently just got out. She went after Young Thug, who recently just got out. She put RICO cases on them. She said, because she ended up getting reelected or whatever. She said she had 2 more major cases. So people were speculating that Lil Baby was one of those cases. Cause before those even for those kids situation happened, his one of his business partners was unalive. So it's been a lot of different things going between rival gangs or crews or rap crews, however they want to label it. But yeah, so he end up because he's been getting a lot of like little tension. So he end up changing his name. He ended up changing his name so it won't get labeled like a gang anymore. But then this happened.
Next up, I'm glad you're here.
Did you know he
um,
changed his name?
yes, in 2024, last year, after he saw all the stuff going on with Young Thug, I believe.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
why would you label or name your label after a gang? That's the part I don't get. Wouldn't that directly implicate your label as being shady or illegal or gang affiliated?
Well, I want to say it was just probably like labeled as like their clique, like this me and the homies from the neighborhood or whatever. But then you really take off as a big rapper, but they still in the neighborhood doing what they was doing. So yeah, I mean it will look like that, and you see that happen with a lot of rappers, like even the Lucci and even Young Thug, because they brought in their whole crew.
Yeah, hey Drip, how you doing?
Mhm.
We're how you doing today?
I'm doing good.
We are talking about Little Baby, the Little Baby situation, and we're talking about, naming your label after a gang or just
Oh yeah, I get
the
you
whole
on that.
situation.
Oh wow. Okay, I mean, no, not really surprised to me. You know, in the UK, there's a rapper named Giggs. He used to be in the streets, though, and his crew was called the SN1, Spare No One. That was a gang, and that was a set part of the Peckham Boys UK gang. And since he was a part of it, what he did was in his music, since he did music, he referenced it, and also he made his own label and his own crew the same name a part of his former set because he's not a part. Gigs is no longer doing that type of lifestyle no more. He's an ex-gang member, but he named his crew and his label his former set.
Oh, okay. So let me just summarize that. Um, so he named his label after his gang, but then he
Yeah,
changed his
his
life
gang.
around
Yeah,
and still
he.
have that name.
Yeah.
And that's true too. It's like when you pick a name for your label, it is a business. And this goes back to what we were talking about earlier. You want to pick a good name, you want to make sure you own it. But
Yeah,
yes,
but
Little
some of
Baby
these
changed
rappers,
his
they'll
name
get their
back.
not just their labels though, they also get their names from when they were actually active in there though. So they turn, that name from that former lifestyle and they make it their name, their rap name. And when they get big from it, whatever what it really meant though, it was changed. Because it's their nickname.
So, yeah, so Little Baby did change his name, but do y'all think it was too late? Did family
Probably
already
too.
have it out for them?
Wait, what did Lil Baby change his name to?
I can't remember what he changed it to. Do you know Next Level?
Well, he didn't
Did,
change
did,
his he didn't change his name. He changed like his the group name, the
Oh, the group name.
his like label name. Because he used to be 4PF. They used to wear the 4PF chains and all that type of stuff. But he changed it from 4PF to like Vision Works or Vision something something like Vision or something like that. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I see what you mean though. But I mean, do you think it's kind of too late? I kind of feel like I don't know. It's kind of a bit of both. It is what it is. I was gonna ask that. Do you think it's too late for him?
well, seven of his gang members or his gang member friends, I don't know what you call her, his affiliates, associates were arrested recently for this particular shooting that left two kids unalived. Now, with the
Mm.
arrest of seven people, we are gonna hear more because I'm sure there are some snitches in the group.
Yeah, wow. Basically, I got another example as well. So basically, there's a UK rapper. His name is Nines, and he named his record label after his brother. So basically, his brother's nickname is Zeno, and no, no, like his brother's nickname is Brand Zeno or Zeno, and he named his label after his brother because he lost his brother in '08, and both of them were in the lifestyle though, and Nines became a famous rapper though, and from there he was in and out, but then eventually found a way out, and now he's basically Nines is retired from the music thing, and now he's doing business and film and stuff like that. That's one other example. He named his record label not after his gang, but he named it after his brother. His
Um,
brother, his brother's street name, not his real name, though. But
Lady,
okay.
I don't know. I'm not sure what you're talking about, but that strip king at the bottom talking right here. I'm gonna move to the middle. That's who was talking. He's talking about he's in the UK and he's into a lot of the UK rap. And so which he's given a really great perspective because we think all of this stuff is just the US and all that stuff. But gang culture seems to be gang culture. But I'm going to play a little bit of this video. This is from the news. I'm going to go back a little bit and let's play this video.
The shooting deaths
Hold on,
of
y'all. We need
213.
sound. We need sound. So this shooting happened last year, but they were just arrested for it recently. 7 people were arrested.
Atlanta police are blaming the actions of a local rapper for the shooting deaths of 2 13-year-olds.
In a news conference this afternoon, the department announced it's made 7 arrests in the shooting and is still offering $50,000 in reward money for information that leads to more.
I mean, she had some very.
Well, I did not know that. They're offering $50,000 for more information about who else could be responsible. So they arrested 7 people, and Little Baby was named in one of the arrest warrants. What's up, Drew?
Alright, so basically you're saying that his little baby's career, but kind of though. This is kind of something though that was kind of gonna drop it though, because he did rise, then he fell, and then he came back. I think though, for his career right now, I think it's probably because you know how his music is though. Like some people got tired of his style and stuff like that, and pretty much maybe this is kind of the end for him. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just gonna say a maybe.
I think it's all gonna depend with time, and we're gonna see what those 7 people say.
Yeah.
You know, and we're
Pretty
gonna
much,
see if
I
they're
remember Lil Baby had a famous song with a UK artist named Central C. It's called Band for Band. You can go band for band. We can go M for M.
Yeah, I remember that. I hope that Little Baby doesn't is get I don't know if he's in Atlanta. I hope he gets out of Atlanta and moves somewhere else. I do feel like Atlanta really has it out for the rappers right now, and they want them to be on trial, be caught up in these RICOs.
Well,
He really has it out for these rappers right now in Atlanta.
wow. That is wild. I get it though. I mean, sometimes in London there's a bit of it though, a little bit, but not always though. Like for example, there's this artist named Digga D. Basically, he has a crew called CGM. So basically, CGM is not just his label. That's basically his crew, and basically he's active in the street, and he's both doing music. So it's both his gang and both his crew called CGM. CGM stands for Cherish God More, but they used to be known as 1011.
Mm.
So basically, 1011 is a combination of 2 different postcodes, though, but they changed their name.
Yeah, because like when you blow up all that gangs, you gotta leave all that stuff behind, in my opinion. Because it's
Yeah.
like
Some people,
it's
though, when you have to leave it, but then also some people, though, mentally can't leave that lifestyle. It's not an excuse. You're just basically trying to understand them, though. So basically, even though they made it and they do all this music stuff, they made it, they got too much money that they don't need to do that lifestyle. But in their mind, they still have to do it. So they're basically in and out.
I agree with you 100%, and I feel like that's what we're seeing a lot of people doing. And I think it makes us kind of rethink about gangs of why people join them. Everyone doesn't join a gang because they have to. Or some people join the game because they want to, because you have these people that have so much money, so much access. They could literally move to another state and be out of here, but they want to be a part of this gang culture. This may be where they grew up at, or I don't know. I don't know what it is. But it's like,
Yeah, it's just probably not just because they want to. Some in their mind, though, mentally, though, before though, they felt they had no choice because they had multiple choices to do anything. But with them, they felt they had to because other options for them, they felt limited, and in their mind, they want to get money quickly to do whatever they have to do for the family. So that's why. And I'm not really justifying or excusing. I just basically want to understand why would they choose such things.
yes, and I think what we're seeing though is a lot of people that don't have to be in gangs, that are
They,
not in need of money, they are not struggling to feed their families. We're seeing them still partake in gang activities, and we're
well,
wondering why.
wait, like basically they grow up rich and they just do it. Like Central C, for example, he was active in that lifestyle, but he's not like basically a big time street criminal. Basically, what he was just a local trapper. Like basically all he did was hustle. He was a hustler, but he was just like on a local level though, and he got big from music though. That's why Central C's is big now.
Yeah, when I say that, I'm thinking of like the Migos. I'm thinking of like Young Thug,
Yeah,
some of the people that we have seen recently.
I
Just
know.
it's like so, but I think it's like it's that peer pressure, or maybe it's your friends. I don't know, but it just seems like it's so hard
It's not
for
just your friends,
people
it's
to
also
learn
your
something new.
OGs. It's also your OGs as well. The guys who are older than you or your OGs and you're in that crew, so basically telling them just stay, you know? You get older guys though telling them to stay.
Yeah, and it's just I don't know, but let me play a little bit more of this video drip and let's see
Okay.
what they got to say.
News conference this afternoon, the department announced it's made 7 arrests in the shooting and is still offering $50,000 in reward money for information that leads to more.
Fox 5 Atlanta has actually retrieved the arrest warrant. So remember I told you guys that yesterday in that press conference when they called out the rapper who they say they're going to make sure, has these consequences because of the part that this person played in what they're now calling this gang war that resulted in multiple deaths. And then there was this arrest warrant that had Dominique Jones's name in it, Dominique Jones's little baby. So that linked him to this conversation. So Fox 5 Atlanta went and retrieved the arrest warrant themselves, and they are now saying that after seeing this arrest warrant, they're able to specifically point to the other gang. Yesterday in that press conference, the police only named one gang.
So what there was a press I'm gonna fast forward to this. There was a press conference where they didn't name little baby, but they definitely implicated him by saying he shot a music or someone shot a music video on op territory. And after that they had a lot of shootings that day. And unfortunately there was two kids that lost their life. Now this took place last year, but 7 people were just arrested. And so this is a clip from the Breakfast Club, and she's just summing it all up. It's pretty long, so we're gonna skip past this part.
Okay.
Um, what do you think, Drip, so far about everything we've heard?
Everything I've had though, basically, I think though for him it's not really too late, but if he keeps going at it, it can be though, because it'll catch up with him, because it all comes at a cost though. It all comes at
I
a
do
cost.
agree.
Yeah, it all
I do
comes at a
agree
cost though.
that it's not too late, but if he keeps playing with fire, he keep putting his hand on the stove, it is going to be. I just think he needs to just change his circle of friends, get out of Atlanta, and really leave all that stuff behind.
Yeah, I got
But
one other example as well. There was this UK rapper, he's called Sneak, but he was a part of that life. But what happened to him was he focused on music. Later, though, what he did, he was in and out, but then eventually he stopped and he moved out of South London. And basically, the only thing that made Sneak boat change properly was for his son, though, because he's got a child, though, and he wants to promise his child he will do better. So from there, Sneakbo decided just to focus on music, and he moved out of where he grew up because he can't go back where he came from though because his ups will find him there. So he had to leave, and now he's doing good for himself.
I feel like I heard of that name before.
Sneakbo, yeah.
So these are some of the comments that I gathered from the video. And someone said another state RICO that's not going to hold. I don't know if you heard about the YSL RICO case, longest case in the history of Georgia or the state of Georgia. And
I
it was
heard.
just a mess.
Well, I heard though, but I was gonna say, do you think Ghana's a snitch though? Because they say Ghana snitched or he didn't though. I don't know if Ghana snitched or not. Do you think Ghana's a snitch?
Ah, I think all of them snitched a little bit. But I kind of feel like they were all in agreement about the snitching that they were gonna do to get out. It's kind of what it seemed like. But I do feel like Gunna snitched a little bit. I mean, who didn't snitch in that situation? But I feel like a lot of people are gonna snitch if their freedom is put on the line.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that makes sense though. I mean, I wouldn't say he snitched like that. He just probably said what he need. He just answered the question though. He didn't really give away too much, so he didn't really snitch like that. So, to label, because what it was though, he got labeled that, not just by the same people that he rapped with. Their family literally called him that though. Yeah,
Did you have
so
TV or something?
sorry, what was that?
I said, you got a TV on in the background?
No, I
Oh,
don't.
okay. Oh, okay. Um, I don't know, man. I think the best way is to just go to school, do what you gotta do, stay out of trouble, stay out the way, and just live, be lame in some cases. But one of the people said the oldest trick in the book, it's the cops that are starting the beef and doing the shooting and blaming it on each side. Then each side fall for it. They've been doing this in the child for a long time now. So they're pretty much saying that the cops are starting the beef because they're saying it's a certain gang and they don't really know. Um, I don't know, man. It could be true, but one thing that I have some videos too that we're gonna hear. Little Baby's lawyers were not happy with them implicating him at all because it's like before you have any hardcore evidence, you just implicated him in something very serious without any like hardcore proof. So a lot of people didn't like that. And someone said, I'm sorry for the losses, but what does this have to do with Lil Baby if he was just there to shoot a music video? They're always gonna blame them, the biggest star, the rapper. And someone said they couldn't get Young Thug, now they're going for Little Baby. And like Next Level said earlier in the show, everyone kind of had their eyes on Little Baby. His record label was called 4PF, which is the name of a gang. He recently did change that name last year. Someone said rival gang provoke. Come on, they reaching and blaming. So let's go watch some more of the video and let's see what they got. But those are the comments. You gotta read the
Listen,
comments.
I don't even really listen to Lil Baby like that anymore, but they're not going to be able to actually put that man in prison or actually blame him for those kids getting pew-pewed at his music video shoot. The idea that we should put all of the blame on the dude who decided to shoot a music video in a certain area and not on the people who decided to go to a certain area and then light that joint up is crazy to me. These days, it seems like Atlanta PD is a lot more about trying to make examples out of people than actually accomplishing much of anything. I done heard Lil Baby's name come up more times in this situation than I've heard even the names of the dudes who actually did that. That doesn't make any sense. It kind of seemed like y'all clout chasing.
And now I do agree with that point because I hear Little Baby's name more than I hear the people that actually did it.
Wow. Wait, I think it's probably guilty by association. Yes, he was about that life, but then eventually he bettered himself and he's doing the music thing. I feel like it's probably this. It's probably guilty by association because it's probably the people in his circle. Since they couldn't get the people closer to him, they want to go for him mostly.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you, Drip. That's guilty by association.
Yeah.
Anybody that is friends with gang members, that knows them, they're going after everybody, is what it seems like.
Yeah, that makes sense though. I mean, though, look, I'll tell you what, there's this one UK rapper, basically, he was in and out the streets and he's rich though. His name's Fredo PG or Patton Gang though, basically, right? With him, basically, though, he's in Dubai right now because he's hiding out for felony though. He's hiding out basically, and his crew, slash gang, basically were being investigated for it though. They're being investigated for it, and since Freda's in Dubai, Freda's like a really big rapper in West London, though. And since he's in Dubai, he's staying there. And pretty much his friend Lil Duds, though, is the one who got caught. It's not that he didn't sneak his friend; he literally had to stay and hide, though, because someone snitched on him, though. So Freda's keeping a lower profile right now. He's in Dubai, pretty much on a low profile right now. Can't return back. Can't come back to the UK right now.
Wow, that I can't even imagine not being able to go home where I live. Like this, not even home, but just the whole country. That's
Yeah, he has to hide there because his gang's being investigated. His crew slash gang is being investigated because it's not just a gang, it's his music crew. So there's people that's
oh
around him. So basically, then it's not just his gang, it's basically his crew, though, like his music crew, basically. So, like, PG, Pat, and Gang, or Harrow Road Boys, though, that's his gang, but it's also not just his gang, it's basically his crew, basically. So, like,
wow.
they being investigated though, so he can't go home. Because if he go home, he's gonna get caught as well. But no, he's been there before. But I guess it's like what happened to him is now he has to stay in Dubai, and he's keeping a low profile because his friend got caught for it.
It's
Can't go
crazy
home.
to think that there's gangs all over the world, but there really is.
Of course, it's
And
because it's the product of in their environment. It's not an excuse, so I'm not excusing slash justifying. It's
yeah,
basic product of their environment, and basically that's why. Like people think West London is like rich and posh and stuff. It is, but some areas is rich though. People think of it, but actually West London now is basically there is crime going there. It's pretty much a low areas there though as well. So it's a West. It's not people. That's what some people think. West London's rich. Of course they're rich, but they're not rich like that. There's some areas which is rich people associate with. Well, there are rich areas that people associate the whole town with, but it's not that necessary. There are other areas also.
But yeah, it's just crazy to think that this is happening all over the world, and it's not just the U.S. It's all over the world. Gang culture is real. Sometimes people feel like the music has a lot to do with it, like the drill music has a lot to do with it.
I don't think
Um,
it's just the music though. Yes, the music has to, but I don't feel like the music is it though. Because music is a reflection of its environment, because it's the product of the environment. I'm not excusing it. So basically, the environment these people grow up in, the music will be made and influenced according to its environment. So basically, they in these people, what happened to them is they're influenced by their environment. They put in the music, and the music will start doing the influencing. So I wouldn't just blame the music only. It's not just the music that's the sole blame, it's the environment. If you make the environment positive, the music will start to change and be positive with it.
oh, I get what you're saying. That makes a lot of sense. I do think that some of the drill music has gotten like, at least in the
Yeah.
UK. I mean, I'm sorry, in the US, it has
It's
gotten
actually in the
pretty.
UK as well. There is UK drill, but you know what happened to UK drill now? It's not really associated with the streets like that anymore. UK drill's become more commercialized though. So basically it is being censored, but it's also like it's what you call it, being more commercialized, and UK drill slowly dying down though. Because it's not just that slowly dying out because of other, factors as well, because of the feds and stuff. It's mostly because people are slowly moving away from it. Even the artists who made the big name artists aren't really doing it like that no more. Either some of them fell off, or basically moving on to other sounds, or basically some of the major artists though are basically, some of the big artists are in jail. So basically that's why the scene isn't that big though, like that. You get like a few that will that would do it, and the music is fun and people will listen and it'll do big numbers. But when it comes to newer artists doing it though, it's not gonna work anymore because not much people are doing it like that. You can use the
And
beats, and the beats will still be used, but the actual sound for people to actually make money off it, it's not really as doing good though, because it's the rise of Afro beats in the UK again.
well, I hope that happens here, that our drill music goes out of style. Um, Thinking it is definitely is due, but let's get back into this video. He's saying that
Okay.
he doesn't feel like Little Baby did anything wrong and he's not going to prison. He is saying just because Little Baby filmed a video music shoot, and he should not be implicated more than the people who actually did the crime. I do agree with that point. Because I'm hearing little baby more than I'm hearing the people that actually did the crime. And that's a problem. Okay, I'm gonna play the video. We're gonna get back into it.
A little bit, which wouldn't really surprise me because the dude, like the cop that they had talking about it, bro, you would have thought he was Commissioner Gordon talking about getting the Joker. Do what you gonna do to get who you gonna get, but just understand, Lil Baby is not gonna go down for this. And yes, I am saying that this is a waste of.
Little Baby's legal team issues a statement addressing APD's allegations that his cowardly acts led to the murders of 2 teenagers. I ain't gonna front. This is the W for Lil Baby's legal team because he had to say something, bro. Him just being quiet would have made him look guilty, and then the DA would have tried to build something around this case and tried to get him. They would have tried to fucking Young Thug him all over again. So I'm glad his legal team's getting ahead of these fucking accusations, And they saying like, bro, how you gonna tell Little Baby that he can't do a video in his own neighborhood where he grew up, his own hometown? Like and then they double down and said, second of all, Little Baby's not nothing. He has nothing to do with production. We choose when he does the video.
So they doubling down, saying that Lil Baby didn't even know he was going to shoot the video there. So I mean, and we all know who his lawyer is, right? His lawyer is Drew Finland, one of the greatest lawyers. He done represented people like Cardi B, Donald Trump, fucking Lil Durk right now.
So one thing Little Baby did do that I would commend him for is that he immediately, or he probably already had lawyers and a retainer, but instead of him releasing like a statement on TikTok, he went and got the lawyers to speak for him. And I don't think he has released any statements on TikTok, but I could be wrong. But I do think this is a smart move to get the lawyers to talk for you.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna kind of see like how this all is gonna go down. Is it gonna be like the YSL Rico? Or whether you think Lil Baby's gonna get arrested eventually? Or he's just playing like a cat and mouse game with Fannie Willis right now.
Cat and mouse probably though. Like he's probably guilty by association. So pretty much since he's the bigger name, pretty much to them though, in their mind though, that if we just get him, it'll make us look good though. That's just what they think though. They think if they just get him, it makes them look good to them. Because he's a big name, though. So he is a big name. So to them, if they just catch him, then pretty much it makes them look good. That's just what they feel.
And I think that they especially felt that way with Young Thug and the Rico. It feels like they just wanted to catch Young Thug to make themselves feel better. And it's unfortunate because it's like, yes, we get it. You're targeting these guys, but what about everybody else that's doing crime out here? You know?
Mm-hmm.
Should be fair across the board, but it's just not. It's just not. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna play some more of this video and let's see what they got to say.
Now, like a bunch of people, he got a bunch of people off. So I think Lil Baby's gonna be all right, man. Nasty work.
So there you have it. That was all the reporting on Little Baby so far. His friends were arrested. It was 7 of them. He did not have an arrest warrant out for his arrest. He was named in a warrant, but yeah, he's living his life like normal. But if you are Little Baby, Drip, in your opinion, what are you doing during this time?
Probably though, just change your circle, I guess though. Like pretty much try moving out of the city or something like that. Or try moving to a different country, I guess. Move to a different country probably. Or probably change the circle of management. No, I
Oh,
mean
my
keep
bad.
them.
My
I
bad.
mean some of his.
No,
I don't know
I'm
some of his stuff though. I guess maybe change some of his team members or something like that in his team. Maybe change them a little bit. Trying to giving some of your friends jobs and stuff like that, but probably get some actual professionals. Maybe.
yes, and then that's a one thing we gotta realize is that when we blow up, everybody can't go.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate because everybody says they want to go, but if everybody is not ready and not fully out of the street life, you giving them that opportunity to come and do their legal activities next to you can impact you as a brand.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever, and then
Yeah, I'll
especially
give
if
you
you
one
want to have your
example as well.
label
Of course. What about
name.
right? Well, basically, there was this UK rapper. His name is Gats, but his full name was Ghetto, though. And basically, for him, for 20 years or something like that, I think it was his name that people felt was holding him back because he was really talented. It's not just because he was about that life, changed his ways, and became a good man. But it was probably his name as well, though. because his full name, Get's full name is Ghetto because he named himself Ghetto because his friends called him that, and also because he was doing that lifestyle, so the name suited him. What Getz wanted to call himself in '03 was Freedom, but the name Freedom never caught on, so he wanted to get traction. So calling himself Ghetto, well, basically gave him what he needed.
And I'm glad it worked out for him, but I feel like a lot of people are doing things to gain traction, but not doing stuff for longevity,
Wait,
like
I got
in
a
the
question though. Do you think the name Ghetto was holding that guy I told you back? Because he called himself Ghetto.
Yes, I do, because I think that name will hold you back. You can only get in certain places. Being having a name like that,
He wanted to
you
call
know,
himself Freedom, but the name Freedom never caught on.
I think both of those names, Freedom and Ghetto, are not necessarily names. They're more so words. So I don't think either one of those names was it. But
Yeah,
Two Chains used to be Titty Boy back in the day. He then changed his name to Two Chains, and he got popular. So the name you have does matter.
yeah. So basically, with Getz, though, like his full name was Ghetto, he changed it to Getz, though, because that's just what everyone's called him. So basically, what he used to do, he used to have the dual personality type character, though. So when he was Ghetto, he was wild and he was a savage lyrically, though. Like he was literally. He was like a wild personality when he's Ghetto, but when he's Getz, though, he's a deep storyteller and he's reflective and he's calm and stuff like that. So when he's Gets, he's calm and everything, but when he's Ghetto, he's basically wild. So he had the dual personality. Now basically he's older though and he's rich and he's different. Now he's rich and he's much older and he's mature. He doesn't really need the Ghetto personality. The other personality he had, his Ghetto persona as much as he used to. He might perform it for his fans though when he goes on stage, but he doesn't really need it anymore. Because Getz is like matured. He's grown basically. He's matured as well. So when he had his child, when he has his daughter though, that's what made him became a different man. So that's why. So now recently though, he finally got out of the shadow of his peers because everyone respected him. So he before 2021, Getz was respected. Everyone respected him, both underground, both mainstream. Everybody respected him, but he was always in the shadow.
But it just goes back to your name being very important. And you got to think about, is this name gonna work for me 5 years from now? Because where you're at in life is not where you're going.
Wait,
So
so you
you
can
have
be
to
really
kind
talented,
of,
but your name will always keep you in the shadow?
you can change your name though.
Okay.
But Next Level was here earlier and we talked about your business and your brand. This is your brand. So in my opinion, you should want your product to be sold to everybody. Because if you just sell your product to a select group of people, you're not going to get the traction that you need. So you sell it to everybody and it makes it a bigger audience. If you have the same name for 10 years and it's not working out, why not try to make different content? Why not try to change your name? I
Mm-hmm.
think sometimes when we're doing this stuff and it's not working out, change it.
Yeah,
And if
that
you
is
don't
one
like it, change it
example. Like
back.
there's this one artist in the UK he used to do Afro swing, but when he changed his name is One Asin, but when he changed to Afro beats, he changed his name to basically Asin though. So basically he put the number 8 and he put YSN. So Asin. So he used to be known as
Mm.
One Asin, but then basically he changed it to Asen, but basically he put the 8 in front of it, so he changed his name and he changed his style. His old name and his old style worked for him, but that old sound basically was phased out, so he had to change.
And there's nothing wrong with change. And shout out to G Honda. If y'all want to change, get healthier, learn more about football and other great issues impacting our community, check out G Honda's YouTube channel. G Honda also gave me this recipe for slap yo mama's shrimp spaghetti, and it was absolutely delicious. Angie Honda, if you have time, go ahead and drop your link in the comments. I don't think you did it earlier because you was working. I'm gonna play a little
Yeah,
bit more of this video.
that's
This
interesting.
guy,
Okay.
what's up, Drip?
I was
Are you
gonna
good?
say basically though when you're saying change your name though that will actually work. For example, one guy though, AJ Tracy, he used to be known as Looney a long time ago. So when he first started out, AJ's first stage name was Looney, but then when he changed his name to AJ Tracy, that was when it actually worked for him though. That name AJ Tracy worked for him, and from there he became a really big star though. Like literally, he became so big though, and he did go away for a period, but when he came back on his roots and basically going back to where he started though, going back to his roots, not like his lifestyle, I meant musically going back to where his roots and stuff like that actually worked for him, and now he's doing really good for himself.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta change your name, or your name has to grow up. It has to grow up. You know,
Hmm.
once we get older, we start to mature. You gotta think, how is this name going to age?
Yeah.
But we're gonna get back into the video. We got our
All
topic,
right, let's
y'all.
get to it.
This guy is talking about Little Baby's legal team and the statement that they issued after the police did their press conference.
And we all know who his lawyer is, right? His lawyer is Drew Finland, one of the greatest lawyers. He done represented people like Cardi B, Donald Trump, fucking Little Dirk right now, like a bunch of people. He got a bunch of people off, so I think Little Baby's gonna be alright, man. Nasty work.
Now he got the same lawyer as dang, I forgot what name he says. But he's saying that he got some good lawyers, so we're gonna see how it's gonna play out. Now we are gonna talk about Birdman. Did y'all see the
Okay.
video where Birdman was on stage allegedly sleeping? Angie Hanna dropped that link for his YouTube channel. Y'all make sure y'all check it out. Let's all connect. Let's all support each other. Leave a comment down below after this video ends and any video that you watch if you have time. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Before I became a content creator, I never hit the like button and I never commented. Now that I
Mm,
am a content creator, I hit the like button and I try my best to leave a comment. Because now I understand how difficult content creation can be and how much work it takes. So hitting the like button, commenting is super important. Subscribing to people's YouTube channels helps out so much.
yeah, but probably for me, when it comes to me, though, before I officially click the sub button, no, I just basically go through the person's content first, then basically click the sub button, though, because I don't want to change my mind later on if I don't feel it's not for me. I just rather do it the right way, because they put work into that type of thing, though. So I gotta be. They put work into that stuff, though. So I just gotta basically go through that though and show some respect.
Yes, very, very true. And shout out to Drip King, um, always supporting is so important. Reset, Juvenile tried to say that he was not off, he was reading a teleprompter. shout out to the foodie gang, and I'll be reporting the news before I get to it. But I was gonna tell y'all about that. Okay, Juvenile said in this clip, and I played I had the regular clip here, and then I slowed it down for us. He said Birdman was reading the teleprompter. Now, why is the teleprompter on the floor? Angie Honda, I'm never gonna stop eating onions.
Hmm.
You need to start.
Okay, that's cool. I mean, for me,
Oh,
my
oh no, Pink, I'm playing with you, girl. No worries. But the foodie gang's tapped in. What were you gonna say, Drip?
yeah, I pretty much had my food anyways the hours ago. So basically, my fast is finished for today. Tomorrow, I'm waiting for tomorrow's fast as well. So today's day 4, tomorrow's day 5. So I had my food already. I already ended my fast hours ago.
Yes, and then there was another live stream we did where we Drip came up here and told us all about Ramadan and gave us that education. I like to watch a lot of different stuff on YouTube because I like to learn about different things. But I'm gonna play a little bit of this video and we're gonna see if Birdman is really sleeping or if he's just high on drugs. I don't know, but let me know what y'all think.
For Angie
My bad. I hit the wrong button. I'm finna get us back there. But we gonna see if
Mm.
Birdman was really sleeping or what was going on. But okay, just kind of going back to Angie Stone, me next up we're talking. A lot of these artists only make money off touring. And that's why we're seeing them super old on tour.
Yeah, pretty much. Do you also notice though a lot of older artists prefer going overseas?
I have noticed that. They'll do tours in other countries and all that stuff.
A lot of older artists mostly come to the UK to tour though, because most of the UK fans though are basically, when they perform in the UK, they pretty much, not just sell out, but basically the entire fans will enjoy them there.
Mm.
So basically, that's where the match as well. So
Okay, I'm
yeah.
gonna play the video. Let's see. Let's see if he's sleeping or what's going on, Drip. Okay, and this is a slowed down version. And Drip, that's an interesting perspective. So you're saying what do the customers or the fans in the UK do?
They
What do the
basically
fans
come to the event. They'll pay and literally come to enjoy the entire event. They'll literally dance though. They'll literally what you call it, shut the show down.
Oh, okay. And Risa, I think he was high as a kite. I
Yeah,
don't
so
want
they
none of
come
what
to the
he
UK.
had.
Literally, them fans though will literally shut the show down because they're really excited to see him and stuff. So.
Oh, okay.
And also
And
they make a lot
Risa,
of money overseas too, so that's why. It's not that they can't do it in America, but it's just that they get paid more to go overseas though. Just money wise though, they get paid more when they're overseas though.
yeah, I do notice a lot of artists will go overseas and reset they sign those terrible deals with the music industry. And Gihanna said that's gonna be a mean. I don't know what was going on, what he was smoking, drinking. I don't know. But for you to fall asleep standing up and somebody's literally rubbing on your chest and you don't fall, you don't wake up, that it was just very, very weird. But Birdman, I believe, is 56.
Mm-hmm.
56 on tour. That's a hard day. And then in another clip, Their tour has just been up and down. I mean, it looks like the crowd is packed though, but they had just been having a lot of issues. I thought Lil Wayne and Birdman was beefing. I didn't even know they were cool like this.
No, that was probably years ago.
Ree said I need to go sit down somewhere. No, he need to go sit down somewhere. But Drippy said it was a couple years ago. I guess people do make up and then reset. I don't think they are cool like that. Maybe
No,
they have
I'm
to
saying
get
no. No, that's
together.
what I'm kind of agreeing with. I'm just saying that was a couple of years ago. I don't feel like they're probably cool like that, like on a friendship type thing. It's more like on a business type level. So they're just, only being, they're only working together on a business type of deal, though. So just mostly all business, no friendship.
And it definitely looks that way on this tour from some of the clips that I've seen. But let's get back into this video. Um, yeah.
All right, y'all.
So
I
the
was recently
crowd
made
is
aware
back.
of a situation in which Birdman, who you see right here, was falling asleep during a mini Hot Boys reunion tour in Charlotte, North Carolina. Now, Birdman is a record executive and co-founder of Cash Money Records. In the video, we see BG right here laughing and trying to wake Birdman up. BG is actually a rapper who signed with Cash Money Records. Many people on social media saw this, and some were making fun, saying that Birdman must be on some stuff, if you know what I mean, or maybe he's hanging out past his time. This is very concerning to me, and I don't think people should take it lightly. We're living in a time right now where black men are passing away due to health complications. This hasn't escaped celebrities either. We see Fat Man Scoop. We saw what happened to Irv Gotti recently, Rich Homie Quan. So seriously, black men, we need to do a better job of taking care of our health. That comes with dietary changes, exercising. Sleep is also very important. And if you are using substances, seriously, cut it out or try to seek help in order to get off that stuff. We don't want.
I'm sorry. I don't really think that anything he said here was super untrue. He's saying take care of yourself, get
Hmm.
healthy, do the right things. I don't know, like that sounded fair to me. Lady said she don't know. Maybe I mean, but at 56 on a tour, hanging around all these young people, and then you're taking substances and extra stuff, like yeah. I don't know, but yeah. Would you pay to go see this concert?
Mm, to be honest, probably not. I'm just gonna ask, would you do the same? Would you do it?
No, I wouldn't, 'cause I kind of feel like this is gonna sound kind of mean, but I kind of feel like all of them are washed up. Oh,
Mm,
y'all need to sit down somewhere. But also, a lot of older artists will go on tours and sell out stadiums. So I'm not saying that everyone that
I
gets
wouldn't though,
you
but
can't
nah,
do
nah,
music anymore.
probably not though. I'm just saying that probably not now, but I don't know. I wouldn't mind going now, but at the same time, not my type of event though. That's just how I feel. Just cater to what my taste is. Nothing against them, no. If I was offered to go, I'd probably go. Cause why would I turn down that opportunity? So if I was offered to go, I'd go, but not my type of thing. I wouldn't mind going to a UK type show because that's something I've never done before.
Yeah, if somebody gave me a free ticket to go somewhere, I ain't turning down nothing that's free unless it looks nasty or something that you can't eat. But I also saw some other clips of this tour, and it just looked like a hot mess. Like
Unless it's worth it, then maybe.
it just looked like a hot mess. Let me play some more of this. So.
Wow.
Another situation where people are saying rest in peace to Birdman. So even his team needs to do a better job at taking care of him. And if he's past his prime, I think he's in his late 50s right now, he needs to stop performing or get your wind up so that you can perform without something like this happening. I'm even looking at Manny Fresh right here, the heavyset gentleman who rolled with Birdman and Cash Money Records and is a producer. He doesn't look like he's taking care of himself either. And this isn't shaming anyone who's overweight, but seriously, take care of your health.
Birdman needs BG to wake him up after falling asleep.
I think he's right. You know, when you going on tour and you're singing, it does take a lot of like vocals. You know, you gotta have your endurance up, your strength, and but they need the money. You know why they need?
Mm,
Because they sign these bad record label deals. In some cases,
mm,
some of them may just want to be out there.
yeah, it's not just probably bad deals as well. It's also poor spending. Some of them have poor spending habits. It's not just bad deals as well. They could have a good deal and they'll be set for as long as it is, but some of them though have really bad spending habits.
And Drip, you bring up a great point that we don't ever talk about. You know, we're seeing all these cars, all these chains, we're seeing mansions, and we're seeing cars. And then when their music stops selling, they're not going on tour. Who is paying for all this stuff? And
I
you're
mean,
right.
they're
It
poor
is their
fans
poor
though, of
spending
course.
habits.
Of course, and there's also one thing as well. Their core fans will always pay for their music, will always be there for them, but that's not really enough though. Like that's not really enough, like compared to their prime. So like their core fans will always support them and will bring them money like that, but that's not enough.
Yes, you're absolutely right about that. And I'm glad you mentioned the poor spending habits because we see a lot of that just unrealistic stuff, all these different cars, all these different houses, all these different kids and families. It's a lot. And when you do get older, you can't even afford to be older. You can't even afford to retire at that point. You got to be like Birdman out here on tour, about to fall asleep. I'm glad he didn't actually fall, because he could have hurt himself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's not that only. Imagine his body after the tour, though, basically. Can't, it's gonna take a heavy toll on him. He's much older now. And imagine his body after the tour. It's gonna need a longer recovery process. Because he's not gonna recover
Um,
as quick as he did in his prime, though. When he was in his
very,
prime,
very true.
when he was in his prime, he could recover quicker. But since he's older, he's gonna have a slow recovery process.
I bet you it's gonna be the last tour he signed up for. Yeah, you know, I'm glad that that man made that video telling y'all to take care of yourselves because
Yeah,
it was very
probably the
true.
last tour he's gonna probably be perform. But I guess that if he had to go on tour though, he's probably gonna be the one organizing it though. Like he'd be the management side instead of the artist side of it. He's probably gonna be the one who's gonna be the management side.
Yeah, and then a tour is different than a music video. Music video, you just pop in there, say, hey, you roll out. A tour, you the act. You gotta stand up on stage, be rapping. But let me play this video and let's see what else we can
Yeah.
uncover about the Birdman situation.
Or probably what he's gonna have to do the event. They're gonna make him host it though. Like he'd be the one to greet the people at the event, and he'll just go.
I think that honestly that's a way better idea. And I'm not sure why they didn't go with that. But see, Birdman likes to be in the spotlight. You always see him in people's videos rubbing his hands. You always see him. So he probably told them, put me on stage. You know,
Wait,
he don't seem like the type of person who would want to sit down.
mm-hmm. Sorry. So probably wait, do you think the original plan for him was supposed to be the host though? Like basically he'd be the one to greet the fans on the tour and he just go back and then chill out. But he said, no, let me perform.
Yeah, that's kind of what it looked like, and this. But I got some more, y'all. Let's go.
Sleep in the middle of a
Okay.
performance. Not Birdman, Birdman. Man, I seen the clip. I said, man, I can't believe Birdman doing this here, man. You know, he a little bit older. You know, we can expect that, you know, he was tired. You know, he probably been going for a few days, man, but he fell asleep on stage, man. Never seen nothing like it. A lot of people say, like, you know, all Birdman losing his touch. I think we forgetting that, you know, Birdman probably like 50, 60 now. You know what I'm saying? If Lil Wayne, them 30, 40, he about 50, 60, you know what I'm saying? At least 55, early 50s. But however, you know, he fell asleep on stage, man. People were saying it's not a good look. A lot of people was upset. They're like, man, he should have just been in the crowd. He should have been at home. He embarrassing them. And then you got people calling out Turk saying that Turk part was so bad that, you know, Birdman fell asleep on his part because he did it when Turk was rapping. So, you know, they said he was shading Turk, man. I don't know. My personal opinion, Birdman, go on, sit down.
Yeah, so there you have it. Birdman does need to sit down somewhere. There was another video that I couldn't play for you guys because it had music in it. But in that video, Little Wayne and Birdman were rapping to a song. I forgot. I think it was Bling Bling. Y'all remember that song Bling Bling? Bling Bling? And
Wait,
Birdman had for
I'm probably too young to remember that, I guess. I'm
yeah, it was a
23,
song
so
called Bling Bling, and it
I'm
was
probably
Birdman and
listening
Lil
to that
Wayne.
old stuff now, but probably when I was young, I was far too young to remember. So what year was it? Is it in late 90s or mid 2000s?
I gotta look up the facts on it because I don't remember all the stats because I haven't heard that song in a while. But Birdman and Lil Wayne were up there rapping, and Birdman had forgot his lyrics to the song, and Lil Wayne was laughing. Okay, this is it. No, I don't think this is it. I'm looking up all the stats on the song. Okay, here we go. Okay, Bling Bling had BG, Lil Wayne, and Juvenile, and I think um Birdman had some maybe it was a remix or something. He had a verse and he forgot his words in the verse. And Lil Wayne was just laughing. It honestly looked like a bunch of people up there on the stage that didn't need to be on the stage.
Hmm.
Honestly, because it was
Yeah,
just a
I get it
mess.
though. Yeah, but even if they are set financially, you know what some artists is, but you know why they find it hard to retire? Because sometimes though the moment they retire or they just stop for a minute, they just get inspired to make music again. Because it's just like us, though, for example, we can't really basically stay away for too long, though, on this, though. You know, like when we just on a break for a period, though, when we make content, though, we'll just get back to making it in a few days' time, no? Because, you know, just basically that creative spark inside us, though, that just makes us instantly want to make something new. That's how it does it with me. I can't go 2 days, though, without stopping. I can only
I
stop
know
for
what
two
you
days.
mean. Because I just took a day off on Monday and I'm like, I feel like I've been gone for so long. But I feel like when you enjoy something, enjoy doing it,
Yeah,
it doesn't feel like a job. And I don't think
it
that
doesn't
these
though, bruh.
artists should
No, that's not what
retire
I know.
completely, but I think they should go more of the studio recorded route.
Of
Or
course,
what
of
you
course.
said, being
Yeah,
the host, the hype man, not the main act. Oh, you know what some people were saying in the comments?
yeah. I got one example that there's this UK rapper, his name's Nines, and with Nines, what he did though, he retired from music and he's doing film and business though. But he said, people say though, when he says he's gonna retire, people think he came back though, because his albums do good though. But he said though, this time round though, when he released his last album, basically he said though, I mean it though, because if it was for money, I didn't do it for money. Because if it was for money though, I wouldn't have a career though. Because for him, basically though, when he was when he's doing in and out the street type thing though, he made more money on the roads basically more than music. And I'm not basically, saying, I'm not justifying it, but basically to him, he made money, doing that lifestyle more than music. So he said that if I was doing it for money, I wouldn't have a career like that. I'll just basically stick to what made me money more. But he had a vision though.
And sometimes our visions are not going to be the thing that makes the most money, but you have to kind of do what you enjoy. But with
Yeah.
his vision, Birdman could have fallen and really hurt himself. And when
I
you do
agree
get
with you.
older,
I'm with you. I feel like he should have just retired and just chilled out though, and just probably find something else to do. Like find some kind of other business, or if he just enjoys music a lot, why not just manage a new artist instead? I mean, that he's managed artists before. Why couldn't he just go find a new talent to manage for himself?
he tried to like get on stage and be the artist. And I hope that this situation was very humbling for him. But Birdman could have fallen and really hurt himself. When you get older, you have to be careful of things like that because when you fall, you don't know what's down there. You don't know how hard you're coming down. You don't know what you're going to hit on the way down. So he definitely has to be careful. I'm glad he didn't fall out. Oh, and Juvenile, back to what Ree Pink said, because Ree already came with the information. Juvenile said, he tried, or Juvenile said that Birdman was reading the teleprompter and he wasn't really asleep. I think that they are doing damage control now because we have the video where Birdman forgot his lyrics. He fell asleep. And Lil Wayne, in my opinion, looks he look cracked out. Allegedly. That man could have been sober for 5 years. We don't know, but I'm just saying.
Yeah. Yeah, but you know what, though, I'll be honest though, right? Basically, there's this UK artist named Young Ad, he's one half of D Block Europe and stuff. And he said though that when he's like 30 or 35 years old, basically he's gonna give up music and he's gonna study his faith. Young Ad is a Muslim. Basically, he's a Muslim convert since 13, right? And basically with him though, he said though that I'm gonna give up music. I'm gonna go study my Muslim faith and I'm gonna move to Dubai and raise my kids though. He said he'd do that though. But he's got like a 5 years though. He's 29 now, so Young as is 29 now, so he's just doing it for his fans though. But I mean, I don't want him to go, but at the same time I understand he wants to do what he has to do. Because
Yeah,
nah,
sometimes we have to accept the truth.
nah, because he's got like he said he has like about 5 years to live or something. No, not 5 years. So he says 30, 35 years old. No, sorry, no, he's 29 now. So he said he's going after when he's done with music in 5 years time, like when he's 30, 35 years old, he's got like another 5 years, I think, to live or something like that. But you never know how long we live though, right? So he said though, I'd rather just spend that time basically worshiping my creator and basically get closer to him as much as possible because that's how long he's probably got. And I'm not saying he's got that much time, but that's just to him, no, he feels he has to do because he can go in any minute.
Well, Drift, I'm sorry to hear that, and I hope that, he gets to do all
Nah,
the things that he wants to do.
nah, he's not gone now, but I'm just saying it in a I didn't mean it like I know it kinda sounds sad, but that's kinda I meant it in a good way. He said it in a good way
Mhm.
though, basically. He means though that he wants to basically spend that period though getting closer to his creator, study it though, because he understands what his life is though, and he shouldn't basically do this music thing forever though. Even though he wants to though, and even though he likes it, he just understands what his life is, though, because he feels there's more to life, though. Not saying it in a sad way. Sounds sad to you, but it's not sad, though. He meant it in a good way.
Yeah, I think one of the things that we have to do is enjoy our lives and do the things that we've always wanted to do. Because, like we talked about it with Angie Stone, like, you could literally be going home from work or going to work. You never know when it's going to end. So be yourself and do the things that you want to do in life. And don't be scared. Be scared to not try.
Yeah, yes, I did say though when he's gonna study his faith, the 35 to 30 or 35 years old, he's gonna cut his dreads though. Young Eds will cut his dreads and he's gonna grow his beard though. He'll grow his beard and he'll go to a Muslim country to raise his kids though.
Hmm.
He'll cut his dreads though.
I mean, Veep, did you post the link for your channel in the chat?
No, not really. I'm just up here talking to you.
Yeah. Okay, so we've been up here for 3 hours, y'all. I gotta go do my mommy duties. Tomorrow, we are gonna come back pretty much around the same time, and we're gonna talk about this human trafficking scandal amongst the illegal immigrants. 20,000, and this is all alleged, 20,000 immigrants were trafficked to the country in the span of about 10 years. And each one of them paid between, I think it said $15,000 and $18,000 to get trafficked, or to get into the US. They would pay these people and they would bring them here. So we're gonna talk about that tomorrow. It's a whole lot.
Okay.
I saw that. I said, okay, we gotta talk about that.
Alright, but have a good
Um,
conversation though.
hey Freezy, how are you doing, Freezy? We had a good show. Next Level was up here. Shout out to Next Level. We're talking about the truth about Angie Stone. Little baby gets arrested, and Birdman goes to sleep on stage. But tomorrow, Freezy, we are going to be talking about this human trafficking scandal that they allegedly trafficked 20,000 illegal immigrants into the US from various countries all around the world, and they would charge those people a lot of money to get in. So we're going to talk about that tomorrow. But shout out to Lady for coming through with the 199. Drip, do you have any final thoughts, and do you want to tell them about your YouTube channel?
Sure, so basically for all things UK hip hop, sometimes Afro beats, sometimes Islamic hip hop though, you know where to find me. And basically on my thing though, used to do variety of things, but I just mostly do music related stuff. So basically, it's mostly related to the UK rap scene though, and it's not just the UK rap only, it's mostly about the UK rap scene and its many cultures within it. So it's not just basically the main UK rap just like that. It's also the many cultures in UK rap because there's multiple different variations slash genres to it.
Yes, and it is a great channel. Um, Yeah, Drip, thank you so much for coming up here and always supporting the channel.
You're
Um,
welcome. Also, though, I would really appreciate a lot if you checked out my new video today. The name of this video is called The Rise of Fredo. So he's a UK rapper, though, and I did mention him throughout this stream right now. He's doing all right, though. He's just in Dubai right now. But he'll be fine. He'll be back soon, though. But we don't know when. So when he comes back, he'll make music, though. So for now,
oh, I'm gonna check it out. If that's the one you were talking about earlier, I'm definitely
yeah.
gonna check it out. Definitely gonna check it out. But yes, y'all check out Drip's new video. And then Drip, yeah, if you have some time, go ahead and drop the link in the chat. I'll pull it up on the screen. Shout out to you for coming up. Shout out to Next Level. We got No Captivity with Freezy, another great YouTube
Okay,
channel.
I'm gonna
For
drop the
y'all.
link to the video. Don't worry, I'll do that. Okay, I'll do
Okay.
that now.
All right, Drip. I'm gonna drop you down. Thank you so much for coming up. All right, y'all. So tomorrow we're gonna talk about human trafficking, illegal immigrants, and whatever else we come up with. And on Friday, we're probably going to be doing the Saturday Foodie Gang breakfast because this Saturday, Ava has a meet. Okay, there's one more gymnastic meet, and then she's going to stay. Don't even worry though. Y'all know when my baby win, I'm gonna come on here and I'm gonna brag about her for 2 hours. I'm gonna tell y'all how it goes. So and then Drip dropped the link for his new video. But thank you guys all so much for rocking with us for this 3 hours. We talked about the truth about Angie Stone. Little baby gets arrested, and Birdman goes to sleep on stage. I am your host, and this Kitchen Talk with Chef Big Bang. I'm gonna hit y'all with the outro video. Follow me on my social media. And I'll see y'all later. Have a good one, foodies. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to Ava's Playtime for children's content. And I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace. I'm out of here.
Foodie gang, gang, gang.
This is Chef Big Bang. Thank you so much for watching at 907 Good Eats. Make sure you hit that like button. And don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you next Wednesday at 9 a.m. I'm out.